Because if I hit it on the table, it's going to go.
Put it between you two.
In my crotch? Oh, wait.
Whoa.
No, I just was talking
It's
about
not
my
that
drink.
kind of show, Mike.
This koozie doesn't fit the water bottle.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
You just need
stretch
to.
it. You just need to warm it up.
Is this too close?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Lean in.
All right, and welcome to the Limiter Podcast, Episode 2. So we did a terrible job last time at introducing us and what we're about.
Yep.
So my name's Jake. I'm one of the owners of Limiter, and
My name's Ryan. I'm also one of the owners of Limiter.
yep, you are. And behind the camera is obviously Brian, who just makes us look and sound great. And we are a podcast that pretty much just dives into the local community of grassroots drifting. And we're going to end up branching out eventually. But right now, we keep it local, and hopefully you guys like it.
Good job. Yeah.
All right. So Ryan's going to be a huge help today. So episode 2, we have 3 guests. We have Mike Beheebe, we have Michael Brunin, and we have, can I say your name?
It doesn't matter.
We have Jerry
Wade Wilson.
Rocha.
Hi. Hello, people on the internet.
What's my favorite?
Drop your mic a little bit, Michael.
Me? Oh, sorry.
All right.
Does that work?
So
Yeah?
all right. So let's start. Mike Beheebe. Or
At
Boob-
least try
or-
to pronounce
or
it correctly.
what is it? Let's really get into it.
It's Boo Habib.
Yeah, I'm never going to remember
If
that.
you're an American, it's Buhabib, but if you're... Yeah.
I can't say Jerry's last name, your last name, Ashley's last name. I'm terrible.
I can't even say Brian's last name.
No, that's just impossible.
Nobody can.
Martialitis.
Martialitis.
Yeah. March on litis.
Is it
March
March or
on-
March?
Anyway, Mike,
Okay.
Mike B, Booby, as we call him. Tell us a little bit about yourself, real quick.
My name is Mike. I've been drifting for 8 years. I've known Jake for 4, 5.
About that, I'm pretty sure we met when I wrapped your wife's 350Z. Correct?
Yeah, that was the first car you wrapped for me, and it's still wrapped that same color.
So it held up.
It held up. It
Nice.
held up.
You're going to hear some bonging throughout the thing. People don't understand to
it's
stop
gonna be-
touching the table.
It's Jerry.
So it's Jerry's fault. But anyway,
Yeah, co-founder of Nedco,
what exactly is Nedco?
Northeast Drift Co. We ran drift events at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and we don't anymore, unfortunately. But we're still like a community, big happy family on the internet,
Oh, absolutely.
and everyone still hangs out. And yeah,
Who's Ned?
there's no Ned.
Did you get that question a lot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
one,
kids
Brittany.
from Florida, when we bought gloves from him, they sent a letter, and they're like, who's
yeah,
Ned?
that's right.
Yeah.
The fully sent. They're like, "Where's Ned?"
Yeah.
Which one of you is Ned?
Yeah. And then they left, and they're like, "We still don't know who Ned is, but we had a good time." But yeah,
So I'm putting on these glasses right now because I jumped on the whole little, I need to get these live Ray-Bans. So I'm going to go live on Instagram for about 5 minutes. So if I look silly, I'm sorry. But if you're watching right now, you're getting a little behind the scenes.
That was powered by Edith
These are powered by, I don't know, who's Edith?
from Tony Stark.
Oh, I'm an idiot. All right. Anyway,
anywho's.
Mr. Brunin.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Mr. Brunin.
Well, I was born on November...
You don't have to look at me. Just,
Oh, okay.
just be.
November 26, 1992. I was
Okay,
born.
so Michael, when did you start getting into drifting?
Drifting. Oh, okay. So
Oh, man.
I went to a bunch of events down in Loudon and watched events and stuff, and then started working with Andrew at ISC, and then met Mike through 3 a.m. motor swaps on 350Zs and stuff.
Technically, it was Forza.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
Yeah.
It was Forza.
We played a bunch of Forza together.
Played a bunch of Forza together and stuff, and told myself I'd never buy a drift car, and then started working at ISC, and I tried really hard at that. And then my friend Rob said, "Hey, I'll sell you my Miata," and I was like, "Yeah, I'll do that." And then I showed up with money, and he's like, "I wasn't serious," and I was like, "Well, I was," so bought a Miata for $500, and been drifting that car since 2020, and rock solid seat time car.
That thing's seen some stuff.
It has seen everything, I think. Like Rob unloading it with no truck on the trailer and backing it off, and the trailer is teetering, and then it's like hitting the ground, and the trailer is moving and stuff, to me like babying it, keeping it inside for the past 4 years, and it's like try to keep it as pristine as possible, and
Pristine.
It's it's pristine. It's drift car pristine at this point. When I started, it was like a $10,000 Miata peak COVID, but it's
I remember the day you pulled in for a refresh for a fender, and we wrapped it real quick. By real quick, it was already a shit show.
by the
And-
time it was in the shop and then backed out, the fender was destroyed.
and he backed over the fender I just
Yeah.
wrapped. So this thing's seen some shit, and it still goes back together and looks great on track.
Yeah, I love it. It's the best worst financial decision I ever made.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get more into what you got going on in a minute, but Mr. Jerry, we call you Beep because, so if you guys remember, we always beep out Jerry's, or not always, but when we did the other podcast, we beep his name out. So this is Jerry/Beep, and also known as Wade. So
Hello.
when did you start getting into drifting in cars and such?
Cars when I was like 3.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's been an addiction since I was a kid.
Yep.
Drifting, New Hampshire Motor Speedway again, the early events that they had there. I just started going as a spectator. And then I bought an S14. And it's all been downhill from there.
How many S14s ago was that?
2.
Two, technically.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
red and then that one.
And the other one.
Well, he never drifted.
No, I never.
Oh, yeah, that's
I never
true.
drifted.
Yeah.
I've had 5.
Which other one? Oh, the pro car?
Yeah.
Or that's somebody else's pro car now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've had five S14s.
Yeah.
And
It's impressive.
a bunch of S13s.
I still have a bunch of S13s. Sad.
Is it still for sale? Is the coupe still for sale?
Yeah.
So if you're watching
He
this,
has a coupe still for sale, everyone.
if you're watching this, there is a slick top coupe wide body for sale up in Massachusetts.
Sylvia front
Sylvia front.
without the headlights. I sold those.
As they say, the kids say, bang his line.
Slide in them DMs.
That's at wait, what is your J Rizzo
240. Yeah.
240 on Instagram. So if you're looking for a slick top wide body Sylvia front end, clean,
Yeah, it's pretty clean.
boom,
Yeah.
bang it.
It's got stance coilovers too.
Sick.
All right. So now that you know the boys and what they're about, I'm going to shut these glasses off. Sorry if I look silly. And to everybody watching, thank you for watching. But this was just a quick behind the scenes. And I will talk to you guys another time.
Bye Instagram.
Bye,
Bye,
Instagram.
See ya.
I need to get a pair of those.
For what?
Drifting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what these will do. Sorry, I'm trying not to be on my phone. I'm just trying to share this real quick.
So
All right.
rude.
I am rude. I'm excited to see like Shane, Booby, whoever else wants to drive with them. You got to be wearing limiter gloves though. That's the only thing. So you get that nice first person experience. That'll be exciting.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So I've been talking a minute, so I'll give it over to Ryan and see what he has to ask and say.
Yeah. First of all, let's point out this outfit, if we could.
It's amazing.
That's a 10.
So I just want to say I still look like a big old blubber, but I've lost some weight because I quit caffeine and soda and all that stuff. So I figured, you know what? I'm jumping on Sheen and I'm going to wear some above the knee shorts and some stupid goofy shirts. So
Very above the knee.
Matching.
here we are.
Very above the knee.
I don't want to say I'm like Jake Paul, but I'm nothing like Jake Paul, but I'm trying to be like,
Handsomer Jake Paul.
yeah, Jake Paul. I ain't boxing nobody though, especially Tyson. But anyway, after you, sir.
I think we should do that as a livery.
I mean, this would be outside the box, right?
That would be a Corvette livery right there.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. New Balances.
Old guy rocking.
Yes.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yes. Grass stains on that.
They're mowing their lawn in this outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you have to.
All right.
So, gentlemen,
Hi Ryan.
hi. How you guys doing?
Hey, good.
Good. It's
good,
good to
good.
see you guys again.
Yeah.
I guess my questions for you guys, at what point did you decide after spectating, did you start deciding that you wanted to drive? What flipped the switch for you? Was it a ride along? Was it something you saw? Was it something you experienced? Did you try drifting on the street?
No.
Well, I messed with drifting in my old Volvo that I had in the snow, and I thought I was just like really good at it. And then I actually like tried drifting, and it is a humbling experience going from snow to asphalt. But that was like my first like time thinking about it. But like going to like drift events and then getting the first ride along, and then like I said before, like being like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to spend this much money doing it. And then just
It's not
having
a lot of money.
Yeah, it's not. It's really not. With a Miata, and then just having the Miata fall into my lap, and then just be like, all right, I guess I'm doing this. So
Yeah. How about you, Mike?
My journey actually started with like autocross. I had an '06 Mini Cooper S.
Yes.
I was going down to 80SI down in Quonset Point doing autocross, and that's where I met Dave Hershey. And my buddy John Gomes, who I used to play paintball with, invited me down, and he bought a S13 Sylvia from him, CA18, broken up body kit, stuff like that. But yeah, I did a couple like autocross events, and I had fun in the Mini Cooper. But John said, "Hey, you want to try driving my car?" So first time driving right-hand drive, rear-wheel drive, turbo, 4-cylinder, stuff like that. And the car got sideways, and I was like, "Yeah, this is it." So I ended up. Probably like a couple months later, I bought my S14 that I still have now.
I almost bought.
That you almost bought, yeah. It was on Facebook. Or I think it was Craigslist at the time.
did you guys know each other then?
No.
No,
Oh man.
no. So I had never gone to a drift event. I knew what drifting was, but I had never gone to an event. But bought the car. I autocrossed it twice, but I was trying to clutch kicks and stuff like that.
So
And
you were trying to drift it, even
yeah.
though you were autocrossing it.
Yeah, I was trying to like get it sideways
Figure it
in
out.
certain corners and stuff. Right, exactly. And then I think I was like Pep Boys one day, and someone was talking about drifting at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and I was like, oh, I'll check. Cool. I didn't know that even existed. So I signed up for one event, drove it. It was like the last event of the season. And then that winter, I did a bunch of stuff with the car, trying to get it ready for the next season. And it's been like that ever since. So
Yeah, just constantly chasing
yeah.
it.
But I had never gone to an actual watch a drift event prior to that. Tokyo Drift and watch it on TV or movies or YouTube or whatever. But my first experience was actually at an autocross event, which was pretty funny.
Yeah, just jumping right into it.
Yeah.
though. Yeah. How about you, Jerry?
I don't remember. It was so long.
Yeah.
Jerry's old.
Yeah. Well, it was probably at one of the Loudon events. I took a ride in a green S14 that had an RB30 in it, or RB25 in it, and it was a CJ. I can't remember.
The old pro car one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from then on, I was like, this is insane. What? I have to talk louder. Okay. So it was a
Louder,
green
not closer.
S14
Jerry.
with an RB25 in it. It was a pro
Jerry.
car that had a winner's dip. Old pro car. Do you want me to get that for you?
It's going to be a long episode. This is going to be painful.
It's gonna be a good episode.
You're gonna want to
yeah.
clean that.
It was that was my first
Yeah.
ride along experience, and it was sick because he hit a barrel, and I was like, he hit the barrel.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool.
And you realize that's part of it?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so for you it was a ride along. For you it was drifting in the snow.
Yeah.
Yep. And well, no, it wasn't a ride along for you.
no, he was autocross.
I mean, I rode with him.
Wing it.
Yeah, I rode
Yeah.
with him, and then I drove it and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But yeah.
Yep. So
But it was autocross. It wasn't drifting.
Yep.
But still.
Yeah. Well, sick. I mean, because you guys, all three of you, at least for me, have been an inspiration as far as getting into driving.
You're so cute.
My real question is, are you going to get another Mini and get back in autocross?
I fucking
Yeah,
hope
do
not. Oh, sorry.
Do it. You
Watch
watch
your-
Every once in a while,
PG-13.
every once in a while, I get the itch to buy another one, but I don't want to spend the money on one.
a minute.
They were really fun. Yeah, they were really fun cars to drive. They suck to work on.
Do you have the supercharged version?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah.
had the supercharge. It was on Megan coilovers and had this supercharger reduction pulley.
Was it British Racing Green?
It was
It was.
British Racing Green. It was.
Yeah, that's
That was actually the first car I tried vinyl wrapping too.
Oh,
I
how'd it go?
didn't wrap the whole car. I just wrapped little pieces. It actually went pretty well.
Nice.
But I bought my 240, and then I enjoyed driving that so much that I wanted to street drive it, but I bought it without a title, without anything. So I ended up buying my Sylvia from Hershey. Mm-hmm. So
Which is pretty clean.
Broken.
Very nice car.
it's
It is
broken. Yeah, it was
That's chassis.
super clean.
Don't throw stones there, Mr. Glasshouse.
No, my house is not glass. You could throw all the stuff.
Who's Jay-Z
I don't know.
ran
I'm
first?
looking at some broken things right now.
Jay-Z
Jerry,
ran
so-
first. Yeah, super clean S14 Sylvia, pearl white,
Yep.
and it was an ASR that I ended up selling to this guy.
My dad bought it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, your
For
dad.
his Datsun.
Did he ever put it in?
No.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So he pulled the Brune in.
Yeah,
How's your
yeah.
turbo Volvo going?
Oh, the family project is collecting dust with mattresses. On top of it.
I met Michael when he was probably 8 years old, and this turbo wagon has been the talk of his parents' basement's garage forever, and it's now moved to a different shop in the same state.
No, I worked on it a bunch that one summer for like Cruiser Q that one year. I put like a whole bunch of suspension parts on it.
Oh yeah, you
and-
towed it down to the field, didn't you?
Yeah, I towed it down to the field and showed everybody all the work I did that was underneath the car. So, and then put it back in the building.
Get it running.
Yeah, we'll get there. I keep buying other stuff.
No.
Get your Datsun running.
No.
Get your Datsun running.
We need to
that
get
out
my
the-
Datsun running.
Throw that out the window. We've got us C6 Corvette.
We're not
to
there
work
yet.
on.
We're not there yet.
Well,
one
you've
knows.
always wanted one. I
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
No, I mean like we'll talk about it in a minute.
oh, okay.
Oh no, wait!
We'll talk about it
You
in
posted
60
it on
seconds.
Facebook already.
I did. People know about
Yeah,
it.
people know about it.
It's not a
but we're
secret.
going to.
Yeah,
It's not like
yeah,
Jerry's
Who
new
keeps
Pro
talking?
Why are you yelling? Stop yelling.
Because he told me to talk louder.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Normal
What?
beat.
I don't know normal.
Right there. That was
Sorry
true.
about you guys' ears. Brian's rubbing his eyes right now. He's loving this.
This is going to be fun to edit later, Brian.
He
Can't
hates
hear
you.
you.
All
On the
right.
bright side, you probably won't have to do another episode after us. We'll probably get canceled.
So we
Jump in the
got
shark.
so we got your origin stories about drifting.
Yeah.
What's the next chapter in actually no, I got a better question. We'll get there. Some of you have significant others in the drifting world. How's that?
Super fun.
Yay!
I see.
Buy your
it's good.
girlfriend's 350Zs.
Yeah.
So
That's the
I've
move, right?
Why?
yeah,
That's the move.
I've
Or
noticed a
wives,
lot of
yeah.
people come into
Or
it and either they're both into it or, and this is weird and I don't know why this is, but if you're with a car guy, you have to be with a horse girl. Why is that?
That's not
and that's
true.
not just
They're the
directed.
same.
No, you're either a car girl, car guy, or car guy, horse girl.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why? I mean,
know.
you guys don't know about the horse girls, but
no,
like
we
I,
don't.
and it's not just Michael. I'm not
I love
singling
you,
him out.
Danielle,
There's
by
a
the
lot.
way.
Eli
Yeah.
and Meg, Dan and Vern, but that's a multi. She drifts and
She
horses.
does both.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
just
Dan.
But Jess autocrosses too, so I mean, it's there's a connection there.
okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
We're frivolous with money.
And then you got what? Gymkhana and what's the horse one? Is it still?
It's Jim Kahana, yeah.
Yeah. See, I
Well,
guess that's just all
yeah, so
translates
horse,
over.
So horses actually is
Like
Jim.
Ken Block.
There's a horse Gymkhana.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah, that's where it came
Yeah.
from, right?
Yeah, that's where
What?
it actually came from.
I had no idea.
So do they call it
horses drive the
Gymkhana?
cars?
Can you talk about other videos on this?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a funny clip going around from
Right. We're getting canceled.
from Mighty Car
I already
Mods.
knew that.
Oh,
And
I did see
You
that.
did see
Yeah,
that? The clip from Mighty Car Mods
I
where
didn't see
they
that.
show up
They
to
brought
a
the
Jim
RAV4,
Kahana
yeah.
and they brought a car and they're like, oh, how many horses are you registering today? And he's like, oh, like 270. And she's like, 270 horses. And he's like, well, yeah. And then they realize they're at a horse Jim Kahana, not a car Jim Kahana, and they are just like, what? Like, this is-
So we need to fill out a registration form. How many
Yep.
horses have you got?
270?
271.
270 horses to ride.
Riding.
Yeah, riding, like horseback, horse with 4 legs, horse gymkhana. How many horses are you riding in our events today?
Is there a car? Is there a car one?
Car.
A car gymkhana?
It's a gymkhana, right?
It's a gymkhana, but no, it's not for cars. It's a gymkhana for horses. So you didn't bring any horses?
We don't have any horses. We brought a car. So you didn't actually check to see if this was a car gymkhana?
The
I love
flyers
Mighty
just
Car.
covered in horses.
Yeah.
Like so much horsepower.
they're all these horse trailers when they pull up and they have the only car and everything.
I love Mighty Car Mods.
yeah.
They're great.
So it's cool that you guys get to share it with your significant others.
Yeah.
She's driven more this year and last year than I have because 350Z. It's
Well, what's funny about that is Jackie driving is also the reason why I started driving because I helped Mike get Jackie's car to and from the track because I had a truck and trailer. So when she was in C group, I was driving B group in her car.
Yeah, we had like a little deal going. So if he like would trailer it or like store it or whatever, I'd let him drive it and stuff.
Yeah.
Which was cool. Yeah, I mean like
That's the other cool part about this community too, is like people are willing to do stuff like
Yeah.
that for each other.
Which is crazy because in like the looking back on it, like Mike and I only really knew each other for like a year at that point, and like you have friends that you'll know your entire lives, and you might never ever get to sit in the driver's seat of their car.
Right.
And I was out there drifting his girlfriend wife's car.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean Jackie and I got engaged on the drift track.
I know. I didn't know you guys at that point, but I
I
saw it. It looks
remember.
pretty awesome.
At a drift kitchen event, yeah. Yeah.
Car caught on
Yeah, she
fire.
loves it. I was surprised. I mean, like, I bought that car and I was like, it was going to be a backup car for myself because the year that I bought that car, I was having a ton of issues with mine. So I bought it as like a backup car and I was going to build it. And if she wanted to drive it, she could. And then she just fell in love with it. And I was like, cool. So she picked the wrap color. She picked, you know, the accents and the harnesses and the shift knob. Well, the shift knob I got for her birthday, but yeah so.
Nice. Do you ever, Michael, so we got Mike and Michael. We'll call him Michael because, I mean, that's what we call him anyway.
Yeah.
So, Michael, do you ever see Danielle jumping in the driver's seat? or-
Absolutely not.
No interest?
I love you, Danielle, but absolutely not. She
She has
knows
no
that she
interest.
does not want to drive a manual. She has no interest. She also kind of likes it because it's like a thing she has, and be like, oh well, drive this or drive that, and it's like, well, what happens if I chop my arm off? She's like, well, maybe you shouldn't own a manual, like the whole thing. So like, she's just like, nope. Like,
What the hell are you guys doing where arms are getting chopped
no, you know,
off?
like the whole. It's like a conversation.
minute.
Like if
What
like
kind of-
what happens if something happens to me and we're somewhere and we only have my truck or my car or something? How are you going to get to the hospital? Like you need to be able to learn how to
right.
drive a manual.
Yeah.
You know.
Jesus Christ, you have dark thoughts.
Well, we're on a farm and there's
good to be
tractors.
prepared.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm-
horse
girls.
horses.
You're like a
They're-
boys, you're like
they
a Boy
keep it
Scout.
real.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. So you gotta be prepared for like stuff. But obviously, yeah, we've talked about it like when like drift kitchens and events, and they're like, oh,
We're
well,
going Sunday.
Yeah, we're going Sunday, and then like Danielle, you should try it, and she's like, nope, I got my horses, and I'm like, all right, cool. So
Hell yeah. Do you ever see Jess getting in the driver's seat?
Maybe a couple more autocross events. Yep.
Oh yeah, she's done it with the Rolla, right?
Yeah, she did one in the Corolla, and she liked it a lot.
Hell
So
yeah, that'd be cool.
I got to
You
get
think
her.
Leah's gonna drive?
Yeah, after she, maybe,
Good answer.
maybe.
Wait, was she the one that drove up the hill?
That's for you guys to talk.
Oh, I forgot.
What hill?
And then you let her kid
What
drive
happened?
too. You let Elijah do it too.
Did he go up the hill? He didn't go up the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
did
broke
what the
stuff.
hell?
Oh, he broke stuff.
In whose car?
Mine.
Jack-
Well, Jackie.
Jack
Yeah.
Z.
It wasn't. It was like the. I
Radiator.
think it was
Oh, the
yeah, it was
grass hill?
radio- Yeah.
Yeah.
They both went up at the same spot. So.
oh really?
Oh, yeah.
I knew that Elijah drove Joe's car, but I didn't realize that like
Yeah, it broke the radiator and
on Jackie's car.
the fan shroud.
Yeah, it was a fan
Those
shroud.
those Z radiator shrouds, you look at them wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're plastic.
Well, they're like also that close to the front of the motor.
Right.
Yeah,
At least
yeah.
on Jackie's
Yeah.
Z. 'Cause
Really?
It's tube
I didn't know
front.
that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling once Drift New England's opens up, me and her are both gonna feel like we are ready to jump behind the seat and try again.
I feel like
We're
there's-
both the
well,
same.
yeah.
We're both the same. Where we're both like, we think we know what we're doing, but we get in front of people and we're like, nope, we're good. It's more of a, I don't know, I can't speak for her, but it's more of a fear thing for me. So I'm assuming it's close to that or just embarrassment. I don't know.
If you drive Shane's car, the windows are blacked out. You won't see any of the people.
If you can get me into Shane's car in
Yeah.
either seat, I'll give you $20. 'Cause
I when I drove Shane's car, I felt like I was like this.
Could you see out of the windows at all?
I had I have a tinted visor, and I had that up.
so you
and
had
I'm
7
still-
layers of tint.
Yeah, I'm still trying to like see my own car as I'm following
Especially
it.
the windshield. Like
Yeah.
the
Shane,
net blows. I'm like,
Shane, what are you doing?
He doesn't. He's shy.
What are you doing, Shane?
at night too. It'll drift. At
The new
night.
windshield's
It's
not tinted, and it drives him nuts.
I know.
Yeah.
He had sparkly. He had regular tint.
Yeah.
He asked me to make him the world's biggest banner, which is apparently a windshield decal. Like, bro.
Well, he had those like purple police lights for a little bit too,
Yep.
and they would reflect off the windshield and everything.
We love you, Shane, but your eyes must be. Maybe that's why he's colorblind.
That's maybe because he's colorblind.
He sees like a cat grazing white.
yeah,
so
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's
Yep.
if it's getting dark, he's gonna hit a wall. He just moves.
You know what? I bet we could mess with him with a laser pointer pretty good.
he
He won't see it.
no actually no
He won't see red.
no today we were at a shop and two things happened. One, he unwired the lift and it was 5 different colors, and I said, hey, did you keep track of what colors those are? And he goes, I don't know, light gray, dark gray, medium gray.
Jesus.
and then we're standing there, and I'm up on the ladder, and some balancers, they have a laser so they can measure the wheel, and I see him looking at the ground, and there's a laser on the ground, and he's kind of like kicking it with his foot, and he's like looking around trying to find the laser. I'm like, Shane, it's on the balancer. And he's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, yeah. Just, and he puts his hand on the ground. He kind of like
laser's in
follows
my
it.
hand.
And he's like, dude, I feel like a cat right now. I was like, you look like a cat right now.
So there's your answer.
Yes.
There it is.
That literally happened like a couple hours ago.
Bringing a laser pointer to the next drift event.
So with that, we don't have sponsors, but we like to shout out local businesses. So this podcast local business is Lift Tech out in New Hampton. They install, sell a bunch of lifts, and we actually have a guy here that works there that can just give a quick what they do. Michael, what is Lift Tech and what does it do?
I was pretty prepared until right now. So Lift Tech's a company that my family owns, and it's install, maintenance, and supply lifts for your shop. So if you wanted to get a storage lift to park your collection on, you could do that. We could do that, or a 2-post at a shop so you can make money with it, or if you wanted to have storage for your lift, or
Storage for your junk.
or if you have a junk
Both
lift and you
installed by
need
Lift Tech.
Yeah, or if you have a junk lift that
They
you
keep
need
pointing over there just so you guys know. Jerry rents half the shop for me.
Half of a third.
third of
half
half
yeah,
a third.
yeah, a third of a half. And he's got a bunch of lifts over there.
But yeah, so I don't know, if you any lift essentially, we can
So you service lifts?
service lifts.
Yep. So you do new equipment,
Yep.
service used equipment, shop equipment as well? Do you get into
Ryan says yes. We'll see.
Who's
Tire-
Ryan?
yeah, tires,
Ryan.
balance-
My brother Ryan.
Okay.
My brother Ryan, not Ryan Morrow. So in my life, I say brother Ryan or Ryan Morrow.
Okay.
Brother.
Yeah.
Whenever you text that, I just read it like Brother Ryan.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, brother Ryan said, and not Ryan Morrow. Yeah. But yeah, so all things lifts and whatnot.
Boom. So
Every day.
episode 2 of Mike, and Beep is brought to you by Lift Tech.
I have a name.
That would be Jerry.
I almost went full NASCAR and wore complete Lift Tech everything, but I was starting to try and figure out what I wanted to do, and I couldn't.
We were all for it.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys have noticed, we have a awesome new sign. Brian created this killer new graphic. And we're actually going to start having every guest that comes on sign it. So after this episode, even me, Ryan, and Brian, we're all going to sign it. And
Every episode.
Yeah,
gonna sign
Ryan
it.
and Brian are going to sign it every episode.
time.
That's
Yep.
sick. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, fill it
Just
quick.
in one
Yeah.
column.
Yeah, just tallies.
Jesus. So there's that. We also are still giving away that limiter shirt design of the S15 over there. We haven't quite figured it out, but when this episode airs, we're going to ask a question on our Instagram about it. So just make sure, and it's going to be about the first episode. And then the next giveaway is going to be one of our new limiter cups that is over next to Mr. Marl. We have these new limiter cups, and it'll come with a pair of gloves of your choice. So once we...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. That thing looks fantastic.
I think your finger covered some of it. I'm just kidding.
Can you wash the inside?
Can you give a wink and say, brought
There
to
it
you
is.
by
Yep.
Limiter?
Brought to you by Limiter.
So, yeah, we'll be giving that away.
Cover
a pair
the
of
whole
gloves.
label. It's terrible. at
Brought
this
to you
job.
by
All right,
Limiter.
so now that we've spent
You're not a good NASCAR driver.
65 minutes on the cup.
Perfect NASCAR driver.
Yeah. So, yeah.
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 Heck
Yeah.
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 All right, so yeah, Lift Tech's pretty awesome. Obviously, you guys service a big area. New Hampshire, you guys get into Maine at all? Massachusetts,
Yep.
anything like that?
It's like a 100-mile radius. So as the crow flies, so it's a
How
little bit
does
in,
the crow fly?
in a perfect circle. So instead of 100 miles of roads,
never
it's
tried-
100 miles.
tried I don't know.
Anyway,
Wherever
so,
the local Burger King is, that's
Yeah.
the way the crow flies.
yeah. So anybody that we're friends with, we would cover that area, but then we can go a little bit further and whatnot. Depends on the city. We're up in northern Vermont all the time. I'm going to be there. We're there this week. There next week.
So you're just all over the place. Then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you do for that puts the food on the table?
I'm a mechanic at a small family-owned shop in Methuen, Mass.
Nice.
Yep, my dad's the owner.
Hell yeah. So family owned.
Yeah, family-owned,
What
and
is the business called?
Elrose Auto.
Nice. And Mr. Jerry?
I draw stuff for a living.
So Jerry's an engineer.
I'm not an engineer.
You're an artist?
What is the name of your?
He's the
really,
guy that does the engineer's job,
Yes.
but doesn't take the credit.
Right.
What's the name of your really small company?
I don't.
Brian, what are you drinking there, bub?
It's confidential. Like his name.
Yeah. We don't talk about that.
So Brian just cracked a nice cold breezy, just so everyone knows.
Sick, bro. Did you shake it? You're supposed to shake
Are
it.
those the two turnt Tonys or whatever?
I didn't see
No,
you shake it.
that's-
Do it again.
That's the breezy, bro.
Is it? Can I see that, Brian?
I will say their branding is on point.
Well,
Their
they-
branding
tasted it?
is-
Isn't it
From
does it-
HKS.
You haven't tried it?
Wasn't that other brand the exact same can?
They're all around the same. This
Yeah.
is like HKS-ish.
It is. Yeah.
Very-ish.
Is that the one that LZ has on his roof?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Tommy F. Yeah, and DJ.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I won't ever crap on a product that people are trying to push
Yeah.
live.
Crapping and
We're not
pushing.
live. We're recording.
But anyway,
This can go out in post.
Jesus.
That was a good phrase.
Brian doesn't have enough to edit out.
This could be edited in post.
So there's a big weekend coming up, and I want to get you guys' opinion on the situation.
Oh no.
We're not talking about it.
Oh no.
Okay?
What are we not talking about?
It.
So 3 years ago, last year, the three of us went to this really cool event, and I think this year only one of us is going to said
Yes.
event
Only one of us.
You guys could probably all ride together.
fucking chooch.
in a car with one seat, 2 seats.
You
So they're
can ride
talking
in the
about
back.
I'm probably yeah.
so they're talking about Gridlife,
Yeah,
which
it
will
is
be
what-
held this
it is
year
what it is.
again in Lime Rock. Mike's driving. Mike and Jerry applied; they didn't get in.
Yeah.
But from what we understand, and I think Mike can speak to this better than me, they cut the division down quite a bit for drifting
Yeah.
When is this podcast going out?
after.
Okay, cool. All right. So, yeah, essentially,
And it has nothing to do with Gridlife.
Yeah, it's
or
nothing
Lime
bad.
Rock.
It's
no,
nothing
we
negative
love
at
that.
all.
It's
to
great.
preface that,
Yeah.
like, yeah, none of it has to do with Gridlife or even Lime Rock Park.
Right. They fought
They're-
for it too.
Yeah, they're
So
both.
are you talking more about the situation then?
Yeah.
I just want to
So-
know like feelings. Like, are you bummed? Are you excited? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, of course, I'm bummed that like my friends can't go drift with
Right.
me. I mean, that's definitely a bummer. I'm happy I got accepted. That's,
Yeah.
that's great.
Good for you. Why don't you rub it in?
I'm not, I didn't even want to talk about.
So I share a shop with Jerry, and
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But,
But,
like,
um,
No, I'm just
but
kidding.
like
That's all
the
good.
bad situation we're feeling is like nothing to do with Gridlife or any of them.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
100%.
it's just it's an unfortunate situation with the local community, which like racetracks all around the country deal with this.
I
and
hope
it's,
we can
somebody
at least
explain-
get the stigma raised that racetracks are bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Can
Yeah.
somebody
golf
explain what the
course and
stipulations
racetracks are the
are?
worst things ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially, the last year's Gridlife was much larger than the first year. A lot more pro cars, a lot more cars in general. I'm not going to blame pro cars, but a lot more cars, a lot more drivers, and there was like in the days following after the event, there were like articles being released about carcinogens in the air because of the tire smoke and all this
Because of burning tires.
yeah,
We had
special brake pads that
Yeah.
cause more smoke. Like it was the community, the surrounding community, having a problem with the amount of smoke that there was.
okay,
you know,
so it's
being
not like a
caused.
noise thing. It's more of like people are worried about quote unquote air pollution.
I think it is. I mean, I'm sure that there is a noise thing. I know Gridlife and Lime Rock are really good about having like a curfew. Like at night, there's other Gridlife events around the country are like festivals, music festivals. This one is not because of the noise curfew, but they do like a silent disco. They have like a really cool arcade. Like it's super fun.
So they design it to be that way
Yeah.
to not only accommodate to the drivers and the spectators, but the town as well. The
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing.
they're like they're pretty good about the noise ordinance, and the people that go are also good about that. Like they're not ripping pit bikes at midnight and stuff like that.
Even
but yeah,
on
it's-
Sundays, they only run the Teslas.
It's
Right.
I was gonna
Sunday.
touch on that because it's hilarious to watch Tesla racing.
Yeah.
because you're like, oh, the track's cold, and you hear
yeah, you just hear
And you're like,
tire noise and air.
The
It's
track
like,
has to go cold at 5.
Yeah.
And it had to. You couldn't start an engine before 9, but 8:30, 5:30 to 6, there was Teslas racing, and you never even knew it.
it's hilarious.
You would hear like the wind, like
I don't like
And then-
Teslas, but that was cool.
that was kind of funny. But then like what's also funny is the like festival part of it, like Gingerman and all those tracks, they have festivals like all night and they party all night, and then they drive until 1 in the morning. But like here, the party tent was up on top of the hill, like away from everything, so it was like as least amount of noise as possible. It was in the middle of the track, so like they did everything they were needed to do, but there was even a quote about,
Karens
yeah, there was
Yeah.
even,
Say
there,
the Karens.
there was even a quote about like
and the Kens.
we will never hand out tire burning permits in Lime Rock,
Right.
in Salisbury County. Like
yeah.
you're not
so
burning tires.
I think
like,
the local community had an issue with last year because I didn't hear anything about the first year.
No, I don't think
because
so.
the first year was pretty small, and then I think they had an issue with last year with the amount of smoke and stuff like that. Which I mean, we were there. It was a lot.
it was a lot.
You know, you end up behind like Turk or Dimitri
Yeah.
or other pro cars. You can't see half the track.
I went out behind like I think it was like Turk, Dimitri, and I think LZ, and it was all three of them around the first corner, like hot first corner. And I like started drifting, which is like I had to be going, and I was like, nah, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Like, and the spectator hill was gone. I was like, all
Yeah.
right, this lap's screwed.
Yeah, but
Like,
also the spectator hill is packed during the drifting.
packed.
And then
Oh,
once
yeah.
the racing starts, it's gone.
You're driving.
Yeah.
You're driving at a
There's
wall
nobody
of
there.
people.
Right.
Like, it's crazy.
So
Right.
the drifting definitely brings people to Lime Rock.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
And
only reason I'm going.
yeah.
Right. And I mean, that's the unfortunate thing because it's like it's punishing two, organizations, Lime Rock and Gridlife. It's punishing them more than the drivers, really, because, they're in order to allow this to happen, they have to like impose these new rules and stuff like that, which they're not the end of the world, but the biggest bummer is like the limited drivers. So like this year we're limited to 15 drivers. So I mean that's a bummer, and understandably so. The acceptance process, they're essentially dealing with people that they've dealt with multiple times in the past, or they've had, good relationships with and stuff like that. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be all pros and YouTubers this year, but it's going to be people that are familiar with Lime Rock and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So I'm fortunate enough to have been accepted the first 2 years and again this year, which is cool. So my car is coming to Jake pretty soon to get a fresh new wrap.
Heck yeah.
Good
And,
choice.
I'm excited.
yeah.
Anything special going on the side of that?
Well, we're going to have Limiter Glove Company, of course.
Oh, I'm excited to see
But-
you rubbing elbows on the track with Mr. Turk or Mr.
Hopefully.
Oaks in a limiter car.
Hopefully, yeah,
That'll be
that'll be cool. That'll be cool. It's not like it's not your limiter livery. It's a whole new livery. I don't know if you've seen it, but
I've seen it.
You've seen it.
I approved.
it looks all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool as hell. Yeah.
yeah.
It's not a team car, it's a Mike car, and it's
Yeah.
going to fit his personality and what he likes perfectly.
Yeah.
Mike's always been part of the team.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They all are.
Appreciate you.
They all are, even if they're on another team. But we love the
Yeah.
other team too.
We're gonna have some other cool. I mean, people that have always supported me throughout drifting,
Yeah.
D Performance Interior, swivel mount.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
ISC suspension, stuff like that. And we'll also have Drift New England on the side of that thing too.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Which will
Good.
be cool. Yeah. So,
I can't wait for fucking
Excited for that.
England. It's
I'm
gonna
so
be
excited.
good.
Yeah.
Where?
So.
Drift New England.
New
Oh, look
England.
at the hat. Yeah, look at the hat.
Hey.
Tilt your head down a
We
little
need to
bit more.
get Tom
There you
to get some Nabori flags made so we can hang one.
That'll be cool.
We're going to start, like I said, swapping out flags. I still want to give a huge shout out to Smile Death, Karoshi, Pilot Podcast. I mean, they're a huge supporter of us. Troy at Swivel Mount. I mean, we can go on and on. Eli over at Lucier Motorworks. Everybody's a supporter. Brassar, I can't say how many people there are. It's so many people. So we thank you again. With that, before we get into some of the viewer questions and other questions that we have in this new limiter treasure chest of awesome
Whoa.
questions,
The box.
Now it's in the box.
That's what's
I'm going to ask the three of you individually, what's next on the drifting horizon? We'll start with Jerry. Like, what are you either A, most looking forward to?
make it through an event without breaking.
What are you most looking forward to? What's going to be
goal.
new for you? What's coming out? Like, what are you most excited about with your next step in your journey?
I don't plan things. I just go day by day.
You don't
So
think you
It's
just
true.
do it.
You really
So
do.
there's no. You're
I
just
just
going
build
to.
things.
Not working on
and
anything. Just
I just
living life.
I
Quarter mile. At
He
a
doesn't talk
Yeah.
about it.
I just build things and work on.
What are you
things
building?
and
Nope.
Thing over there.
He won't talk. He won't.
What's
He
that
won't.
thing over there?
Thing
Mike,
over there.
he won't
I'm
talk
working
about it.
What's
on
that
it.
paperweight?
It's a paper. It's
Your paperweight.
So you're just excited for next events and just driving
Yeah.
it and just going with the flow.
Just saying.
That's
Yeah.
how I am.
The broken event thing. You didn't break that one event. You bent your rear arm. You drove the whole
true.
event.
Which one?
The first Lock City event when I broke my truck.
Yeah, you were there. all day.
I bent the arm.
Yeah, but you drove.
You drove all day.
Yeah, with the half-inch toe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I broke.
You drove
I
through
broke
it.
my car faster than you broke yours.
He didn't even. He made
You
like
didn't
a
even
lap.
break. You just.
First of all,
You just. Got
All right, so
scared.
Michael, what about you? What's next for you? We know you have a new chassis.
Technically.
Is it going to be a drift chassis or is it just a fun car?
I don't know if you've ever driven a Corvette, but they are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I
I had one.
last winter because we're at shops all the time, I was able to find a C6 Corvette, and I asked about it, and turns out it had minor flood damage and it was considered totaled. So I asked about it, and it was way cheaper than you think the price was, and jumped on it. My brother helped me a bunch with it, which I was very
If you weren't going to buy it, I was going to buy it.
Yeah.
It's Shane and
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
and then after you bought it, I told your brother I'd give you $1,000 over what you paid
Yeah,
for it.
yeah. So I was
You
very
tried to scumbag the vet
Yeah,
off
he
the-
did.
Oh, wow.
his own brother.
I was very appreciative of my brother and everything. I was able to get like for years I've said another car, yeah, obviously a 350Z would be the next one, but I always said I wanted a Corvette, like the trailer I bought.
It's the next progression from a Miata, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
a bigger Miata.
Your skill has
bigger
definitely
Miata.
outgrown
Yeah.
the Miata,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, the trailer I bought, I made sure it could fit a Corvette on it. Like this was like 4 years ago, and I was like, I want a Corvette someday. But
Like I love the googly eyes on the Miata when I'm trying to, when you're chasing me,
Yeah.
and I can see your
You can
googly
see the
eyes because
eyes.
you're autocrossing.
yeah, I got Corvette angle going on. I did watch a video of me at Vibes, and I said, wow, I really don't have any angle going on. but I'm there, I'm doing stuff.
All the
but-
pictures of us together, it's like there's Bruning like looking straight at us.
Yeah. But
It's just like,
I make it work. Yeah, the plan is I bought the car, and the plan is drift it. And then I was like, I kind of want to drive it. I want to like drive it and like make sure it works. So I got a 20-day plate for it, and I drove it most of July. And the AC is the best work. I've never had a vehicle with AC, so it's the best work. It's the newest vehicle I've ever owned. It's an 07.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
Have you done a burnout in it yet?
I've done a couple burnouts. Yeah, just for you, Jerry. So.
Jesus.
How long did it take you to do your first burnout?
Well, you see, there's this thing called winter in our area. So, and then it had a.
You stored outside?
No, I
Yeah.
store it inside.
Oh,
so there's
yeah.
no winter inside.
Well, yeah, but it's not my building. So, and then I need to get the battery
There's also
for
other
it.
cars
Yeah,
stored in
it was
there.
on a lift under.
Batteries
yeah,
are tough to
cars.
get for
Yeah.
Corvettes. They're almost impossible to find.
You got a burnout, Jerry.
he's not satisfied.
So I have a Corvette. That is the plan. When, I don't know. They're way more expensive than Miatas. I don't know if
Yeah.
you know that.
So are
but-
you planning on just keep rocking the Miata until you finally feel like you're ready?
Yeah, I mean, I can go to the drift events. I can do everything I need to do. I also own a house now, which makes things a little bit more complicated. But
Are you having fun?
I have a blast.
Are you having fun?
I
Hell
drive the Miata. I have so much fun with it. I get to drive with everybody. I don't get to like have as much fun. Probably I don't get to like
Make
get
as
up
much
in there
smoke.
and everything. But like that IFO when you were on absolute baloney skins and I was on your door, I was like, this is sick. But then like that's happened like 3 times in the past like 4 years. But like Booby said, like I'm definitely far surpassed the car.
Yeah.
But
There was that one time at Vibes that I chased you.
yeah, that was that one
And then
time. And then we very lightly
Kissed.
kissed. Yeah.
Kissed.
Yeah.
What happened?
Like, I don't know why, but like I can follow for days, but leading scares me. And it's because I think I don't know if the car is unpredictable or I'm just not comfortable leading, but like after Vibes or during Vibes, I could lead all day long after that. But like beginning of the season, I am not comfortable leading.
Now, kind of, I'm driving at something here. And do you think it's because you're in an underpowered car where you have to drive, kind of do things a little bit more dramatically in order to get the thing to slide versus having...
Well, you didn't have power steering that year.
Right.
Yeah,
I didn't have
true.
power steering for like, I drove the car for,
This year, right?
yeah,
Was the first
3-4
year?
years with no power steering. This
and
is
you
the
did
first
well.
year.
You did very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I
feel
don't,
the same when you're chasing other Miatas?
it's
or
funny.
just
I
when
don't,
you're chasing something with more than 200 horsepower?
I like driving with other Miatas, but like they have to do the same thing I do.
Yeah.
So then like it's not fun. And I love driving with you guys or Corvettes or Garrett Denton's pro car, or like if I drove with Turk, that'd be sick. Cause I like driving with more challenging stuff because I feel like it makes me a better driver. If I drove with Miatas my whole life, I feel like I'd be like at the same level, but like punching above my weight all the time, I feel like it
all
makes
the time.
Right,
It
but
makes
we've
it so much
seen
more
you
fun.
prove yourself in other chassis. You drove Shane's Vet. You drove
Right.
Jackie's Z, and you're always
You drove
Right where
did
you need to be.
ever drive my car?
no,
Oh, I thought you did.
no.
no. The only person
We'll
to
make
drive
it
your car better than you is your own wife.
Yep.
She sure did. Ish.
I don't know if I would say better, but she did extremely well considering it was her first lap.
And that
Proud of you,
ever
Jackie.
in that.
and
Proud
that
of you.
wall tap was
Mint.
And we had like cushions from 3 different
Did
cars.
she tap the wall?
it was
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
sick.
Just
The
like
car wasn't even
barely?
fully wrapped yet.
it wasn't
sick.
No.
like
brand new taillights, and she was like millimeters from the wall.
No, she
I thought
touched
she-
it.
I'm proud of you.
No,
Joe.
there weren't any
sick.
Good
scuffs,
for
but
you.
it was close.
Yeah, it was close.
it was
It was very close. Like if the wing was on the trunk, because at the time I didn't have the wing on it, she probably would have scraped it. Yeah,
Sick.
100%.
So what's new on Booby's horizon? We know you got a new wrap. We know you got Gridlife. Anything new?
New? I mean, I'm a dad.
Well, yeah, I know.
Which is
but,
cool.
But what's your Congrats.
Thanks.
Two beautiful little girls.
Twin girls.
They're awesome. What's your next step up or goal, or what are you wanting to achieve next? Or are you just like Jerry, going with the flow and whatever happens, happens?
I think the next step for me would be to start doing competitions.
That'd be cool.
That's my goal, and I've kind of always talked about it and said I wanted to do it, and I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to do it next year, and I've pushed it off, or I've made excuses. So probably late this year, but maybe next year is when I want to start getting serious about doing gamblers, doing pro-ams, trying to get my license, stuff like that.
I'd like to see you and Shane battling it out there in a real comp.
I don't know who to vote who to root for.
Well, you're the crew chief for both,
yeah,
right?
I am, so that's gonna be tough.
No, you can be Shane's crew chief. It's fine.
Oh man,
You just have.
I got brooding.
Yeah, I could do that.
Oh, fine.
You'll have.
I'll be
both
your
of them-
spotter.
Both of them in
I got
both
Bruning.
years.
You don't need me then. Fine. Whatever.
I said
No,
Shane can
no,
have you.
No, it's okay.
I do need a tire changer.
Nope.
I did it that one time in Englishtown. Remember
That was funny.
That was
yeah.
great. You have it on GoPro?
I have it on GoPro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Romeo
great.
just walking to my trailer like this with a beer, chugs it, slams it on the ground, and then grabs a tire and starts changing my tire.
what was his tire changing company? Like Spanish Guy Garage
Yes.
or something like that?
SGG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First Gridlife, he was there. He wasn't driving. He was just hanging out with Fabi and I. He probably changed 30, 40 tires. I remember Dimitri came and he asked me, he's like, hey, I'll pay you to change my tires. And I was like, nope. But
Well,
he'll
you brought
do
the
it.
tire.
But he'll do it.
Yeah, I brought the tire machine, yeah. But I was like, he'll do it. And Romeo was like,
He said
ready to go.
He said he made a couple $100.
yeah, I think he made $200 or something like that. I was
Yeah.
like, you can keep whatever money you want. I don't care.
There's a video of him shirt off, normal Romeo, music
Sweating.
going. He's going like this, and the tires are
In his
going.
element.
He's just
sweating, yeah.
I miss hanging out with those boys. It's ever since things happen. It's been sad. I miss the crew. It was good times.
You know what?
Well,
though?
We'll have them back.
Other
We
every
all-
other weekend.
Yeah, we don't
Literally.
see each other
Yeah,
as often.
every other fucking
Yeah, I mean,
But we all go to drift events.
Yeah,
We're all
we
at
get
Vibe.
together.
We're
So
never at
City.
all of them together.
It's
That's
true.
the thing.
Yeah.
'cause-
Little chunks.
Yeah.
yeah, nice. So
Well, it's like we need a place to hang out.
like Drift New England, or the podcast too. Yeah, over here at Shop Limiter. So let's break into the box. We have a mix of questions that we've come up with and a mix of questions from the audience that you guys have asked. So why don't you maybe split the audience ones in half
Okay.
and then pick out or a couple of the other ones.
Do you remember which is which?
It's the ones that if you read the back have the names. So just grab half.
That's a lot of questions.
Why does it look like you spent a lot of time?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
is there so
It's
many?
very professional.
Is this all for this podcast?
Because we're a legit podcast, and then grab
all those questions
today?
are for us?
Can
Can
already?
you guys just go with
No.
the flow? You said,
Are those
Mister, I
three?
go with the
I know,
flow.
but I'm just asking, are those all just for this?
We'll find out when we go with the flow.
I'm gonna show you a flow.
Just like
You got somewhere to be?
3 of these?
Yeah, I gotta go back to work.
On what? What are you
It's
working
like
on?
that's 2035. You're good, dude.
Yes, 2035.
On
That's
what?
I keep
On
saying,
what, Jerry?
2035.
Yeah, what are you working on?
DS14. I need to adjust the rear limit brake arms that I just put on.
can Jerry?
Oh,
Can you take the box and pass it down the line to
Take-
me?
How many cards are we taking?
Nobody, none.
Oh,
Leave it.
oh,
Close it,
nobody?
Jerry.
my finger.
Then close the box. It's not for you,
This is fun.
Michael.
What? Oh, you want it? Oh,
Yes.
sorry. I was gonna hold on to it.
Mr. Morrow, why don't you start off with a nice guest question?
Want me to
A
kiss it?
guess?
Or an audience question, I mean.
Okay.
I was like, wait, we need to come up with questions.
Yeah, I was not prepared.
I wasn't prepared.
Okay.
Mix them.
I thought about it.
I think I submitted one.
Did you?
I don't remember if I hit send or not.
I hope.
You didn't.
Is it a juicy one?
Okay. This question comes from another Miata driver.
Oh.
Oh.
You may know him.
Is his name Darren?
Nope.
Oh,
His name is Nate.
Nate. Yes.
Nate Deneau.
Nate's a dude. We did
Nate's
a
a
bunch.
dude.
We did a bunch of tandems at the Groveton event for the entire event.
When I met him, he was sleeping under his car trailer in the rain.
on a hoodie.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like stoked to wake up the next day and go drive.
Yeah.
I was like, you are the spirit of
Didn't he
drifting.
break like 7 transmissions one year?
No, he broke 13 in 1 year.
Oh my God.
13 in 1 year. He broke his diff at Groveton. He drove, so Groveton's in northern New Hampshire, and he drove all the way to Auburn, got a diff, and drove all the way back to
Yep,
Groveton.
and put it in.
And put it in and drove the next day.
Yep.
Yep.
So he would like to know, this is a group question.
Yeah.
How do they not weigh down the cars with the weight of their nuts?
How?
I thought this was a PG.
I don't know. That,
Nuts is PG.
Planters
snack
make
yeah, you don't
sense.
bring planters.
I
Yeah.
love trail
Yeah.
mix.
Nuts with you? Trail mix?
I'm more of a pecan guy.
Where,
Pistachios. are
Legumes?
also
I hate
good.
fucking.
where do you guys get the balls to jump in a car?
Yes.
I don't know. Just always loving cars and being like, I'm going to be a race car driver one day, and then like,
Yeah.
Not
drift-
being a race car driver and
Yeah,
then
and-
playing make believe race car driver.
yeah, and then drifting just like ended up being the most affordable way to do it.
Yeah.
So where do you guys? Okay, so I've ridden well with both of these guys. I haven't ridden you, Mike, but all three of you guys typically drive very fast as well.
I like going fast.
Yeah, is that it? You
I'm
just-
more of a go fast than super angle guy.
do you reach that point where you're like, I'm going too fast, or are you like
No.
more throttle?
There's no too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's no limiter?
There's no limit.
Tur.
You should ask Mikey next. What do you
What?
about
I
your
wasn't listening. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's just like that desire to like push yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Does it
Do
ever
you
get...
reach a breaking point though? Sorry.
No, you're
Oh,
good.
100%. And
Yeah.
that's when you end up like in the grass or in the wall or whatever. But,
But not mentally. You just push it to the.
Yeah.
yeah, I think so. I mean, that
Like for Gridlife, going under the bridge in fourth gear was
Yeah.
amazing.
like
I love
90
that.
miles an hour,
Yeah.
100 miles an hour. Yeah,
But
you're like,
I don't have a gauge. I have no idea how fast I'm going.
I had
But I'm
Romeo
in
with a
fourth
GPS on
gear.
my phone.
I'm in fourth gear, initiating under the bridge into that. Is it turn one?
Yeah, turn one.
Yeah.
Into turn one.
was
and then
so
just
sick.
Flooring
Down
the
the
whole
hill.
time.
I think that's the
So-
thing.
That
is
was
like,
sick too. Yeah.
like stuff like that, for instance, like it makes you nervous until you like do it. And it's okay to like inch your way there. You don't have to jump straight there. You know what I mean? You can
Probably
do it-
smarter to inch your way there than.
100%. Yeah, it's always easier to dial it back, or it's always easier to kind of inch your way there than to jump and then try and dial it back.
Sure.
So I think that just comes with like experience and pushing yourself, trying new things. I mean, like there's like times when I've gone to the track and like not to sound cocky or anything, but like after a couple laps or after a couple sessions, you're like, all right, I'm kind of doing the same thing over and over again. So now you're like, all right, well, what can I do to make things interesting? You know, like
Push myself to that.
yeah,
next little
exactly.
bit.
So like change your driving style.
Yep.
Try and hit different zones. Try like not using the handbrake at all. You know what I mean? There's times where like I've done, Clubhouse at Lock City, purposely not touching my handbrake. You know, and it's doable. It's not the easiest thing, but it's doable. And that's like try and do it in the chase or something like that. So it's like you start to find things to push yourself, and like simulators help a lot with that as well. But I think that's what it is. I don't think most people I don't think are born with that to like just find the limit right away. I think you're always learning. I mean, you always hear like the pro guys too always talking about always learning and always progressing and stuff like that.
Right.
So
Michael.
Well, I have to go as fast as I can.
knew you.
He has no choice.
I have to.
That's true.
I have to. And even then, like times I feel like I am cooking it, and then I like go drive with Fabi or drive with one of them, and like I've driven by myself for a little bit, and I'm like, all right, I'm doing really well. And then all of a sudden they just get really small, and I'm like, all right, well I'm not going that fast. And then I don't know, just working your way up to it. It's like what I told you when you started. It's just like you're like, oh, I'm going so fast. I'm like, yeah, but you need to go faster. And it's like what Rob told me with the Miata, and I'm like, I'm doing it. And you're like, no, you're not going fast enough. And
Right.
it's you just got to get there, and then
you'll always hear go faster
Speed is
at
everything.
the track. Yeah, you'll
more
always hear,
throttle, go faster, and then just getting to
Honestly,
that point.
makes it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that
it's
too.
I remember when Henry was driving and I rode with him, and I don't remember if it was a Nedco layout or the other layout, and coming to the first corner, and I just remember being like, whoa, we're going
fast.
We're going fast, which happens to me still. If I'm like, obviously my car's not fast, and then like I hop in with someone else, and I'm like, okay, like I think we're going fast, but I'm not going this fast.
That happened to me at Englishtown one year, where, I'm driving, I'm doing laps, and I'm either solo or leading, or I'm chasing certain people, and you're going pretty fast. And then I chased Frito Turbo E36. Like, the thing looks like a tin can, but the dude can drive. And I was chasing him, and he Turbo E36. I have an LQ4, LQ9 now. He's pulling away from me, and I'm like, oh, we're going fast.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was going fast. He's going faster.
Next level.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to try and keep up with him. And I think I overshot it and like went past him, and then I got back on track. And like, it was, like that. And that was the thing, is like driving with people that will push you. So for you,
Right.
driving with the faster cars is pushing you to drive faster.
Because then, like, I drive with other people, and they're like, "You're so fast," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And then I think about it, and it's like, driving with 3 Corvettes the last Lock City event, and being like, kind of being able to hold my own, and then like driving with them and being able to do it, or like at Vibes, and I drive with another Miata, and I get right up on it. I'm like, how am I even doing this? But then just like, oh, it's because I'm used to driving with cars 4 times my horsepower. But yeah, just
I like chasing you because it teaches me how to slow down.
right. Yeah, the one Nedco,
Like,
the one
'cause you
Nedco
have
event.
to.
You're like, I don't
Yeah.
think I could have left foot braked any harder.
Yeah, no, I was all 2 wheels locked up. I'm just plowing.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so Fail Protocol had the same question. He's like, how do you fit such big balls in those small cars? And then he said, love you, I'll keep shredding. So we'll skip that one.
Yeah, Andy.
This one's from B. Marshallitis.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
So there's a fun little game that I know some of us boys like to play called Fuck, Marry, Kill. So Fuck, Marry, Kill. Formula Drift, Drift Masters, and D1 GP.
Oh, kill D1 GP.
Kill
Easy.
D1
Yeah,
GP.
Sorry.
Marry Drift Masters and fuck FD.
Agreed.
Yeah.
No offense.
Yeah.
Well, D1 GP was great. They were amazing, but they're so much better now.
It's
Huh?
Fuck D1, you kill FD, and you marry Drift Master.
No,
No.
no,
So,
because
like-
FD is way better than D1 GP.
I would almost say like D1 GP is like watching like historic racing
It is.
nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
it's what drifting was, but it's not what drifting is.
Right.
Like
Not anymore.
no.
Right.
Like
20 years ago, it was great.
right. It was what was here.
That's what we had.
Yeah.
Nice. So I guess that was a simpler question.
Was that unanimous?
I think that.
Once
was
again, I believe that was unanimous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Also, check out our new cards. Aren't they really cool? New logo. Thanks, Brian.
I like that logo.
You're up.
Okay. This one comes from Power Omen, or Damian Scott, as we know him. Okay. You can only eliminate one in drifting. Takeovers or clicks?
What are clicks?
Like little groups.
Like little groups.
Oh, click.
Like clickies. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like with a Q.
Like
Should I have spelled it?
clicks.
no, I know what you're saying. Now. So I thought you meant like clicks. Like
Well,
likes.
hang on. But
But
takeovers
is
aren't,
totally different.
aren't
Aren't
drifting.
It's not the
drifting.
same. Yeah, takeovers.
Takeovers aren't
Wow.
drifting.
Takeovers
everybody.
aren't drifting.
They are
Get
not
over
drifting.
yourself.
Sure, but some stranger walks up to you, some old, maybe I shouldn't say old because a lot of dudes are into drifting. Somebody who's maybe not as well versed. in the
Some
world.
ignorant person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you do that Tokyo drift?
Do you do that on the streets?
Yeah.
You know, in
Racing.
the intersections. So you
You say no.
Why are old people Southern to you?
They are southern. but
they always.
The older you get, the more.
I used. Oh,
Everybody goes to Florida when they get old.
You should have done a Maine accent.
Jesus.
I can't do a good. How is that done? do your answer
just
like
go ahead.
that.
Go ahead and insult all of Maine right now.
Do it. Let's hear
I
it.
almost did a southern accent. Like you like the.
Just
I
think of
can't.
Bob
I'm
Marley.
doing a southern accent. Yeah, I keep trying to do a southern accent.
So now we know
Yeah,
if you're
bud.
old
Yeah,
or
yeah,
from
bud.
Maine,
Yeah, bud.
Yeah.
you're Southern.
Do that.
So what's the answer? If
Skid
you could
racing, bud.
eliminate one of the two,
Takeover.
is it takeovers?
Takeovers definitely.
or
Cli-
clicks?
Clicks you can ignore. Takeovers are just.
Well,
Okay.
you can
Whoa.
you can ignore
Beep.
takeovers technically. You can technically ignore takeovers.
Yeah,
the biggest
but-
thing is that clicks don't hurt people,
Yep.
So,
and they don't hurt the image
True.
of drifting.
but we don't have takeovers. Luckily,
No.
there are clicks.
I mean,
and we
But-
have
it's
to
like
deal with
Boston has them, Connecticut has them, Rhode Island has them.
Hooks it.
Yep.
Kinda.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Yeah, it was probably stolen.
Yeah, I think like clicks are their own thing, but they're not necessarily hurting people,
Right.
Or the image of drifting. Like, yeah, they're not the greatest, but they're not like jeopardizing people's safety and the
Right.
image of drifting to the outside world.
Yeah, like
as
car
opposed
show
to
clicks.
yeah,
Yeah.
as opposed to like takeovers. Like, people can get seriously hurt or killed, and
And
also
Yeah.
it can have repercussions legally for the modified car scene and stuff like that. So
There's,
I would go with
I think it may, even influence kind of that whole situation going on with Gridlife,
Right.
Where it's people have this idea of this image in their head,
right.
well,
and that's what we're out to do to them.
what was that state that we talked about? Remember when we were doing your alignment and it came up that like some state was gonna outlaw them and like
I think it was Florida.
It was gonna be
A felony?
a felony.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Florida did.
Was it
Yeah,
Florida?
if they see pictures of you doing it, they'll
Yeah.
come take your car.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's a
Good.
felony
Take
if you were
license.
Yeah.
at a
which is
And they'll
And jail
impound it
time.
on your car.
Every
Yeah.
state should do that.
yeah.
England, they were like impounding and crushing cars.
Well, England sucks anyway, so we don't.
They have really strict laws.
We left England.
So pro street drifting, not pro.
I don't like tea.
But there is that image that takeovers are drifting.
I mean,
Right.
yeah, even
Yeah.
like I wouldn't even compare takeovers to street drifting.
No, I wasn't.
No.
I was
To the
just
uninitiated, takeovers is drifting.
Right, yeah.
So
Unfortunately,
you need
yes.
to, yeah, and it sucks because it has that image.
Right.
You're
because
just
that's
a
what they
bunch
see.
of takeover kids.
I'm buying a Challenger.
I'm not gonna say I've never done a donut in the street, but I've also never done.
I don't know why you're yelling at me. I was just
You've never had your friends
I've
light
never,
themselves on fire?
I've never hit someone with my car wearing their pajamas on the side of the road.
you tried to hit me.
No, I didn't. Did I?
Yeah, trying to do a burnout in front of my shop, and I had to stand in front of you, and you were like, "I'm going to hit you anyway."
No.
Anyway,
I'll bring the Infinity by. You can do it in
I
that.
had to hit a mannequin once. That was fun.
Oh yeah. That's
yeah,
was sick.
Yeah, Mike got to actually film a music video that they never used, but it was still
Good
it
job,
was
Mike.
still sick.
Well, we
It
saw
wasn't my fault.
Yeah, we
saw it.
We
saw
seen
it.
it. We seen it.
Yeah.
What was the band name? Or can you say?
I don't
it?
know if I'm allowed to say.
It's We Don't Prevail,
we don't
or,
succeed.
or I Don't Prevail. Anyway,
Anyways,
you can get the hint of what it
unreleased
really was.
music video.
Yeah. So this question is from Zenky Boy Scott, and this is actually directed towards Jerry.
Me?
And you can probably clap back pretty easy on this one. It is, why is Jerry's car always broken?
Because I drive hard.
Coming from a guy
Yes,
who has not
coming from a
finished,
guy that
not
hasn't-
finished your car yet, Scott. You can't say that.
Show me your last registration for your last event, Scott.
I think it was Nedco.
Oh no. I drove with them at the Invitational last year.
fair.
He did DK Invitational last
Yeah.
year.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Last year.
Scott's a good dude.
Well, he's
That's good.
Can I
Case
answer this
swap,
question? Go ahead. Answer the question.
No, I did.
Oh, you did? All right.
Yeah, I said because I drive hard.
Oh, okay.
What were you going to answer for him?
I was going to say because Jerry's the one who built it. but-
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, well, 100%. I can't afford to pay people to build my car.
The group chat vibe aura is coming out.
should we get Shane on the phone?
Yeah, call him.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Can I phone a friend?
Can I phone a friend?
Yeah.
All right, Marl, hit these boys with something.
standard question or
We'll
viewer?
get through all the I keep wanting to say customer questions.
The viewers?
Customer question.
Get through the viewers' questions because they're
Civilian
more
questions.
important than what we got.
Okay. This comes from Mawson it Mossy. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mawson it Mossy. Okay. What is the best chassis and why is it the Z?
S chassis. Z suck. I hate Z.
This person says why is it the Z?
Why is it?
It's
this?
not
Well,
the-
which
Yeah.
what Z? Is
They
it
shouldn't.
400Z? Is it the 350Z? Is it
They're
the
talking about 350.
Z28?
Yeah, I mean it's a Z33.
It's obviously the S16,
Yeah.
C24.
No, Corvette's
the Corvette.
The C5, I believe, is the S16. Correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
We can easily answer this by which chassis has the most championships.
Also, raise your hand if you have.
If you want to qualify it that way, because he said best chassis for drifting, right?
Yes, but raise your hand if you have an S chassis that you drift.
And you have wives that have Z's.
Oh yeah, yeah. And my backup car happens to be.
A Z chassis.
And almost.
So it's like
Almost
that's
a Z adjacent.
it's kind
Well,
of
okay, so Z's are the most affordable. That's why
That's
they're
why.
the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
reliable.
They
I
are.
guess, yeah.
They
I-
are the S14 of today.
I traded a GS 300 for her Z, so I.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's like, I guess you could go into that, like, well, what is the best budget car? What is
Right.
the best
Yeah.
overall drift car. I mean, it's.
And that's what drifting is preference.
But
what
also,
you like.
if someone said to you,
So-
if money was no object, you'd still build an S14.
If money was no object, I'd probably build an S15, but the S14
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but the money is no object.
It's such a hard question to answer.
That's not where we live.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
No, but he just said best chassis. What
Right,
was the
yeah.
question? Read the question again.
What's the best chassis and why is it the Z?
It's not the Z, but
Yeah.
because the Z sucked. And
The Z's don't suck.
Best backup car.
They're heavy.
Jerry, I see you wrench it on that Z all the time. Like you love
because
it.
it's always
No, because
broken.
you love it so much.
Okay, but how many? If you're talking about like wins, for instance, how many FD events has Chris Forsberg won?
A lot.
A lot. In what?
And a Z.
Yeah.
at one
you go.
point, but now he's getting beat by all the new stuff.
Right.
Right. And now, like, what is the top dog right now? You'd argue
Mustang.
the Mustang or the Corvette. So it's like,
No, not in FD.
James Dean.
Oh, yeah. Well, he doesn't count. He's a fucking maniac.
Or
You can put him in your
he's
Miata.
a
and
specimen. But then you go to Europe and like BMWs are winning.
Put me in the rain in
Or
the Miata,
at least
and
it's
I'll
performing
fix
well.
it.
all, but you watch Riga, and it's like all S chassis
Yeah.
still.
Yeah. I mean,
They don't have Mustangs.
Lori,
I think it's-
Lori Heinemann.
yeah.
With
Yeah.
his
Well, they're all
With the
S13s too, which
yeah,
is weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Because everyone, like a lot of people
And
who drove S13s are switching to S14s.
and speaking of James Dean, what's he still driving in Drift Masters?
an S14.
14.9.
He has a Eurofighter, and he still chooses the S14 over it.
I think the reason for the. Oh, no. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just shut up now.
Right. And then he brought the S14.
All right, so I guess
So this is an argument that's not going to be won here, but it's not
Good
the
point.
Z.
Well,
It's
so,
not the
all right,
Z.
so I guess the best. It depends on what you are trying to do
Right.
and where you are trying to go.
Yes.
And what's available
So
on
If you're
Marketplace.
just trying to buy a car real quick, get out on the track, a Z, 100%.
Grassroots
Right
get
now,
started
yes.
car.
Or a Z or G. Yes.
Right now, if you're
Or
trying
E36.
today, 2024, whatever
Yeah.
year it is,
But like S chassis,
2024.
E36s, stuff like
All
that,
year.
like
you can still
those
get
are
an
gonna
E36.
those are
pretty
gonna
cheap,
need a
too.
bit more work to get to that, like
Yeah.
you know, what I
Yeah.
mean? Like no,
To-
offe-
to
no
do-
offense
to-
to the KA people, but like
But today's
driving an NAKA does not sound fun.
yeah, but today's gripped up fast drifting, you need a Z. You can't do it with a KA.
And also,
Right.
You
Exactly.
can, but it's like me. I have to run my tires at a very, very high amount.
I don't know. That doesn't sound fun to me.
Yeah, it's a
And you
Clutch
can't,
kick,
and you
clutch
can't
kick,
find a
clutch
clean
kick.
S chassis anymore.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why the Zs are taking over.
yeah.
Right.
And if,
Or
and if-
Corvettes.
You can find a clean S13 at J Rizzo.
that's what I was about to
240?
And if you want to
240,
find a
yeah.
clean
Good segue. Good
S13,
segue.
Brian, insert a picture here. Like right here. Can you do it right here or right here?
yeah.
Okay.
So this is a three-part question. It's one question for each of you. We'll start with Booby. What made you choose the S14?
I found it on Craigslist.
So availability.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it popped up. I love how the S14s look, especially like the Zankis. And it was there. It was local, cheap. So,
So there it is.
Yeah.
And this was pre-COVID prices, and
oh yeah, this was 2015,
so this was
2016.
Wow.
pre-COVID prices.
Yeah.
This is for Jerry from Michael Ortiz.
Oh boy.
Do you miss your vet?
Yes.
I knew that was coming.
Marley misses it because every time we see one, she reminds me that we used to have one. And
It's like, remember when you sold that?
She
Yeah.
like has her hand on the glass and she's like, I miss you.
yeah, pretty much. Anytime we see a Corvette.
And for Bruni, you already touched on this when you're drifting to C6, when it's affordable and it's the right time.
Well, when it's affordable is going to be a never
Okay.
thing. But when
Well, it
it's,
could be affordable if.
right.
Your
Yeah,
br-
yeah.
Hey, Ryan Bruning, give your brother a big ass raise. He's asking. He deserves it. All right.
This
It
just
should
in,
be-
you were just fired.
You should be able
Sorry.
to afford it now.
So I have a
after,
bunch of free time tomorrow, Jerry.
after we pumped it up.
Yeah,
You know,
Lift Tech's
Yeah.
going to take off.
Yeah,
now.
that's
It's been
true.
on the Limiter
Yeah.
podcast.
We're gonna light that phone on fire.
We got to put your lift up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Working on my back.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Why are you working on your back? What are you doing?
Trying to make extra. Oh, different. Working under the car on my back. Yes.
Yeah, a little mishap at the last event.
Yeah. So turns out
SR20 suck.
SR20. No, it is an
Not
SR20
SR20 thing?
component.
SR20 suck?
It's a Nissan component, but it's not the SR's fault. I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I sucked one of the throttle blade screws into the intake manifold, and it bounced around on the backside of the valve for a little while, and eventually pulled part of the screw into the cylinder.
But we had found it
That's like nightmare fuel.
early,
it's
like
early.
things that like
I've never.
you'd never think
Yeah.
to like check that screw.
No.
Right. Yep.
And it's just
I
like the
didn't.
dumbest thing.
But like he did a lap and it started misfiring, and like
First lap.
it wasn't like I'm gonna go feel it out again. Like it has a couple marks on the piston. Like you
Yeah.
got it right at the beginning of it.
Yep. But it's the head's still done. The piston's
Yeah.
done. It's
Yeah.
And I was kidding about SR20 suck. I like them.
nobody likes it.
They're old, but
The SR20 is good.
They were cool when they were 1200
SR20
What do you
okay. I'll
mean?
say that.
It's God's motor.
SR20 is drifting.
SR20
God's
okay.
motor.
SR20 okay for street car.
It's SR20 meh.
SR20.
I wanted a shirt that just says SR20 meh.
SR20 mid.
It should say like SR20 max horsepower 350.
Yeah.
Like if you keep it under 350,
Don't touch it.
yeah, it'd be okay.
Are those gunshots?
Sounds sort of gunshotty.
Or is that like one of those stupid fucking two-step kids?
No, those are
Those are gunshots.
You know, let's just hit the firing range.
yeah. It's New Hampshire. Whatever. Who cares?
So if you
It's
hear
just
that in the
like,
background,
Let's get our guns out at 8
we
o'clock.
clearly
whatever.
moved our shop to the hood.
Yeah.
It feels just like home.
I don't know that those are gunshots.
I don't fall asleep at night without hearing gunshots.
So
I'll put my ear. My,
There was like a few that were too.
Just bang, 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 bang. Yeah.
if they get closer, we'll shoot
Damn
back.
Volkswagen kids.
Yeah. The MG37.
Yeah, it's Shane.
Shane, tell your boys.
yes, Shane.
All right, Marl, you're up.
Okay, now this is the most important question in this entire stack that I've seen thus far.
Is it Fabby's?
Yes, it is.
Oh boy.
This is from. Oh, do you know what it is?
I
No.
don't, but I'm excited.
Oh, it's so
I
good.
can assume.
Okay, so you might actually get to, as you get older, this will probably repeat in your head. This is from @trust_Fabby. If you want to go to that page,
Hi, Fabby.
Baby gorgeous.
If-
Yeah, baby gorge.
he's a handsome boy.
Yes, yes.
If you
The
were a
second
human-
handsomest.
Mike.
No, it was the second handsomest Team Power Up member.
who's the most handsome?
That's America's ass.
America.
Why? I'm sitting down for a reason.
Me too.
Okay,
Danielle doesn't like us talking about those shorts.
so if you were a human centipede,
Oh boy.
I'm front.
I'm the smallest one. This isn't good.
Yeah.
I'm front.
No,
Jerry just says he's along for the ride. So
Yeah. If
can't-
we have to pick,
you can't
There's
just
three
call
of us.
dibs.
oh, he said if you were. I already know what the rest of the question is. I'm calling the front.
Yeah, but they would probably.
Standard shotgun rules apply. Jerry gets front.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
That's such bullshit.
Good question,
So
Fabby.
so who's the back?
No, the middle sucks.
Well, if they want.
Middle is probably well.
We'll
yeah.
Rochambeau for
Because I at least get to eat.
All right, come
regular
on.
food.
RPS, right quick. Nope. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Fuck.
So you get to
Wait,
pick
does that mean
which-
that you're the middle?
No, you get to pick.
This I don't know. There's no good scenario.
Really?
So Jerry's the front, but you could be in because you just won. You could be in front of Jerry.
No, that's not how it
No,
works.
that was
front,
whoever
front.
picks the next.
Sir.
Maybe we'll just do it as a circle then.
No,
That's not.
I don't know.
centipede.
I
it's
don't
not
know.
a centipede.
All right.
Why
So,
would Fabby do this to us?
so this question is for Brunin.
Thank you for
from
skipping that,
Shred It Life 16, Aaron Kenny.
Aaron Kenny.
How many clutch kicks does it take you to get around Clubhouse?
37.
Clubhouse actually is not that bad. If I'm, I don't know, if it's depending upon who I'm following or if I'm leading or something, I can. It's like 2 or 3, legit. Like, it's just kind of come down the hill, and there might be like one to get me out a little further, and then maybe a second one for like tandem, but.
It's a good momentum.
It's a lot of momentum. Like Nedco sucked because it was.
Whoa!
Hey.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Nedco sucked for the clutch because it was very slow, and even at IFO, like I thought I was going to be better because I was faster now and I had power steering. But every once in a while, I'd have to throw a couple clutch kicks in there. But there was like some Nedco layouts. Like when I first started, it was like 30 something a lap. But Vibes not that many because it's fast, and Clubhouse is not that many because it's fast. But like literally, some Nedco layouts was like 30.
Yeah.
And when that motor went, I pulled that clutch out, and it was a factory Mazda clutch, and it looked like it still had some life left to it.
Well done.
Miata might also be the cheat code.
Yeah, it's,
They've been drift taxed to hell too. So
Yeah.
$45
Peak
tires.
COVID when New School Vinyl did a phenomenal job on the wrap of my car. I probably could have gotten that car for like 10 grand.
Hell yeah.
But like then I ruined it, so now it's mine.
ruined it or
Ruined.
That
Continued.
frame's been fixed a couple times.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah.
But like
it's a good thing to forget about.
the not ruined, but like the severely sped up the aging of, or I mean, the thing wasn't a cream puff when I got it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
It's well loved.
yeah.
It's well loved.
It definitely. I try and make it look better than it did, and it freaks me out if it like panels are
You
falling.
put lipstick on a pig, and now it's a beautiful pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that pig also got like a really nice life, like nice garage to sleep in the winter.
He
and-
does
Yeah.
a good job on it too. Michael and I have been through the car before some events, and we check bolts and make sure that things are solid. And
Yeah.
yep,
I try really hard because like I don't want mismatched wheels. I don't want panels falling off. I don't want mismatched panels. Like I want it to be like nice.
Make sure the
as I can.
googly eyes are still on.
I spend a lot of money on Amazon on googly eyes. Yeah, I buy 2 packs, and then when they get water in them and it looks like it has cataracts, I got to make sure I change them out because then it gets like all stuck and everything.
that's actually my favorite.
Is when it gets cataracts.
Yeah, when one eye's going the other way. Get the shark eyes.
Yeah.
All right. I think you're up.
Okay. This is for each of you individually. Who's your favorite tandem partner and why? And we'll start with Jerry.
Who asked this question? Is it you guys?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was at Anonymous.
At
Really?
anonymous.
Does it say anonymous?
It says at Anonymous.
Who's at anonymous?
I
on
think it's that
Instagram?
group with the mask.
The mask.
Oh,
Yep.
Non-anonymous.
They would like to know.
Then they already know if it's them.
They want you to tell the world, or they're going to tell the world.
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite. I just drive with everyone.
Whoever goes.
Whoever's there at the event.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who-
It depends. Yeah. It depends.
You have
who's at
fun
the
with
event.
everybody, but is there somebody that you're going to go out on track with, and you're like, this run's going to be sick?
I try to do that with everyone. It doesn't always work out.
You don't have to. you can hurt people's
Is there
feelings.
someone
if you're-
you're like more excited about? Like if you had to choose between like going out on track and like it was Booby and I, obviously you're going to choose Booby over
Well,
me.
if it's the three of us, I
Yeah.
have to chase him.
right, but I'm just saying like if,
one-on-one?
Yeah. If I was going to this track and Booby was going to that track,
Who you
you're
following?
going. You're
I'm
going
following
with
Booby.
Booby. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I'm following
Yeah, it's
Booby.
fine.
Okay.
I know that.
So it depends on the situation, like who's in front of me, who's behind me, and stuff like
Just
that.
overall.
Yeah, but just
I
pick
love
a person.
You, okay? I picked
Oh,
you.
thanks.
Okay, good.
Is that what you want to hear?
No, I'm just. It doesn't have to be me.
As long as it's a Mike B,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Mike B.
Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
Michael?
It depends on the event. Like,
See?
Nope.
well, hang on. It depends on the event. Like, we went to Vibes. I wanted to drive with Darren. I wanted to drive with Darren as much as I could. But while we're at Vibes, like Fabby's there, I want to drive with Fabby. And then we don't get to drive as much with each other anymore. So like, Booby shows up, I want to drive with him. And then like, if Jerry and I are there together, because there's been a lot of events where it's the two of us, I want to drive with Jerry. And then if like Shane's there, I love driving with Shane. I don't want to lead Shane because he's gonna bully me around the track. But like,
I love Shane
driving
bully.
with Shane. Like Shane's my best friend. We work together and everything. But like, it depends on who I'm driving with. Like if I'm
Who have you had the best lap with?
well,
We're going to get one name out of you.
Yeah. You got to spit it out.
One name.
I don't know because
Nope.
there was a couple of good laps this year, and like
Since you started, who's been
Since
your
I
favorite
started?
lap?
can I have a minute to think?
Yep. Booby, what do you got?
It's so hard to pick one,
Yeah, I'm right here.
but
I think. What about your nemesis?
so hard to pick one.
Yeah, I'm
No,
right
well,
here.
that's so like Shane, 100%.
Yeah.
Just because like we both have very similar driving styles, and we just whether I'm leading or he's leading, it doesn't matter. Like we're gonna be there. But like before I even like met Shane or he started driving, like Fabi and Romeo, super fun to drive with. They're just like consistent drivers. I
Smooth.
think it's
They're
I think that's the
smooth.
main thing, at least for me, is like someone who doesn't do weird things in
Right.
the lead. I mean, obviously, like as the chase driver, the things that you do in the lead are I expect. them.
Yeah.
There's some people who like do really weird things that you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Where are you going?
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's the main thing for me is like consistency, and like Romeo and Fabi, probably the most consistent drivers that I've driven with.
There's one picture I have. I remember it clearly because it was like a wicked good lap. It was Fabi, Romeo, and then me. coming out of, I think it was the Tandemic layout going towards the wall, and it's the three of us stacked, and like it was just perfect because
It's like that little bit of an angle
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were all like, it was when the car was black and had the Deadpool on the side.
His favorite.
Yeah, that was my favorite too. And I just remember that because both of them were just smooth. Like there's no other word to say it. It's like it was good.
Hell yeah.
I will say you reminded me of the Tandemic layout, and I'm picturing the image
Yeah.
because our save the dates for our wedding, like Jackie is one of my favorite people to chase because consistency.
Yeah.
She's very, very consistent, and
Yeah.
like I remember that it was what was that Tandemic 1?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't even drive with Team Power Up. Like I don't think I maybe did a couple laps with the team, but I literally drove with her.
Yeah.
Just because she was doing lap after lap after lap, exact same spot. She tapped the wall and kept going. Like that was like the most fun I had like drifting with anyone, I think. Just because yeah, she's my wife, that's super cool and stuff like that, but just the consistency and like marking her door and stuff like that and like pushing her and stuff like that. So we're trying to push her into chasing and being less afraid of chasing, but Jackie's definitely up there. Hi, babe.
Brownie points.
Yeah, she's. I'm not kissing ass,
Yeah,
but
you are.
she's up there for like my favorite.
You're out of the
drivers.
house past 7. You're kissing ass. Bud.
She's got to put the girls to bed tonight alone.
I'm sorry, Jackie. I apologize for the time. It is what it is. We needed them on. So we're going to skip to Bruning. What's your answer?
So I think my answer is my favorite lap only because I think it was when Shane and I drove in each other's cars and being able to follow my own car and being able to
Feel
surge.
our pain.
No, but no, that was fine because I wasn't at the skill to be able to be like, wow, I'm really slow, but like having the power, like following a car and then being like, wait a minute, and then I got closer and I'm like, well, if I hit it, it's my own fault. Like so, then I remember getting close to Shane in the last lap, and I'm like, all right, like, and then I remember like telling Shane like, this is gonna be different. You're gonna hate it. He bought a Miata, and
Yep.
then
Never
got
drove
rid
it.
of it,
And then never
and then they
drove
got rid of it. But like, I would say like. There's been a bunch of really good ones, like even like me and Booby's laps at IFO, but like driving, looking at your own car is something like everybody should experience, especially if it's like,
Nope.
well, like if Jackie drove your car and you drove Jackie's car, kind of
That
thing.
would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, right. So then being able to see your own car is pretty cool to be able to do.
You could let Shane drive your car.
Yeah.
If he lets me drive his car,
I tried Shane.
we can swap. If he lets me drive his car, he can drive mine.
Yeah, deal. He's in.
Yeah, he's
He-
already.
I know,
You
yeah.
know he's in.
already at the door.
He's already messaging us
Those
right
were his
now.
gunshots. So, fun fact: that question was from Shane.
Was it?
I knew he was.
Ah, so good thing I said that. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good research.
That's why he was like fishing for
Right.
his name to come
He was
up.
fishing.
That's why.
All right, so this is from Michael Visual. How do you guys like your steak and cheese? It's never going to go away, Jerry. So I'm going to start steak, cheese, pickles, bacon, mayonnaise.
Oh, you're adding a whole.
That's how I like my. That's the perfect steak and cheese.
Say, run through that again.
Steak,
Steak?
cheese, pickles, mayonnaise, bacon.
This
That's the
limiter
perfect
code?
steak
Okay.
and cheese.
Sit on the mayo thing.
Yeah, it's gross.
Oh,
Okay, so I don't need argument. What's
Oh.
your? How do you take your steak and cheese?
well, steak bomb toasted with mayo.
Beautiful, Brunin.
I'm not picky. I've never been picky.
True.
As long as there's no mushrooms on it, I'm okay.
That's
like
pretty
if someone,
picky.
If that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Like if it was a peanut butter and jelly steak and cheese, I'd eat it.
With mushrooms?
That's
You would.
Without mushrooms. No mushrooms. But like if someone gave me a dry, no mayonnaise, I'd eat it. If they gave it with a bunch of mayonnaise, I'd eat it.
Sure.
I can't say one or the other.
You know my answer.
Just because I do doesn't mean the audience knows.
Yeah,
And
just
people ask the question.
Steak and cheese.
That's it. No vegetables. No.
Oh, sometimes I'll do a steak bomb, like with sauteed peppers and onions and mushrooms. Yeah.
And it's also a steak and cheese, not a cheese steak. So
No,
Keep
who the
Pennsylvania.
fuck calls it a cheese steak?
the people from that area.
That's that bullshit Pennsylvania shit.
Yeah.
Where it comes from?
yeah.
Marl, whose side you on? You on the limiter side or the pile-up side?
Listen, I'm on the side that likes a cheesesteak.
steak
Okay,
and cheese.
I like those too.
cheesesteak is a big fat piece of cheese that looks like a steak.
It sounds delicious.
When you go to Subway, you get a Philly
cheese
cheesesteak.
steak
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
like it's not
Mara,
shredded. It's
How do you take your
sliced.
steak
I'm
and cheese?
a fancy bitch. All right, sub roll, grill the roll. Okay, Heat up your steak with your mushrooms
There's too much
and your
time in
peppers and your onions. Now you gotta do it right or don't do it. Put the mozzarella on top. You take that roll, flip it over, American cheese on the inside, mayo. Put all the meat and stuff on top. Put the melted cheese on.
Ruined.
Perfect.
I'd eat it.
So Marl's making sandwiches at the
Yeah.
next
You're
event.
Damn right.
So we had a taco bar before this. Clearly, we should have had a sandwich bar.
That's next episode.
I'm honored to be a guest on next episode.
So with that, we're still going to ask questions, but we will unveil our next guest. We are actually going to have Devin Gagnon on. Yeah, and just it'll be cool because we have somebody who is in the media and also somebody that drives. So we get
Spiral Media.
yeah,
Hey,
we
Spiral.
get to get
I'm looking at his car right now.
both sides of it. And he also rents the shop, so it's pretty awesome having
The
everybody.
other half of the third.
Yep,
Yes.
the other 1/3 of the 2/3.
I still don't understand that math.
That's his math.
2/3 of a sixth.
Yeah.
I mean, we were supposed to have.
Don't complicate it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Half a third.
do you have another one on there?
I'm out of.
Okay, so I got
but-
one more guess. Oh yeah, no go.
I have one. Okay, so of the three of you, okay, who would you say has the most seat time?
Probably Booby.
Wait,
Probably.
Overall, all events combined, everything.
Yeah. My car always breaks, so definitely.
Okay, so you're out. But Michael, on the other hand, starts and finishes every event all the way through the burnout.
yeah.
Yep.
If it's
So
like,
between the two of you,
over
who
the
do you
past
think-
couple of years, I would say it may be me, but like lifetime, it's him.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've driven a lot more in the past like 2-3 years than I have.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I drove a lot like up until 2021.
Should you guys wrestle and see who's better?
yes,
Oh, that was my question that I forgot to hit send on.
Who would win in a wrestling match?
No, it was part of that. It was they have to fight for who keeps the name Mike, and then the loser has to change their name to like Sandra or something.
So Mike's a big boy. He's a juicy fella.
I've been called Michelle.
Mike Bahubi is a juicy fella. But I've seen Mike Bruning kick. I wouldn't say kick the crap out of, but he held his own against one of the best wrestlers, like literal wrestlers I know. So he's a wiry little son of a bitch.
they all get drunk and they try to wrestle him at a certain.
Yeah, but then
Christmas
I'm not
event.
drunk, so I'm like, I can't. 'cause
It's
I'm-
hilarious to
yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
So that would be fun to watch. But anyway, I got one more question,
Maybe,
and this is
maybe a
actually
special episode.
this is actually a really good one. Everyone's most desired non-car product sponsor would you like to have, whether it be Fig Newtons, IKEA, and this is from Devin Gagnon.
It's a good question.
Like,
That's a really
are you the Fig
Non-car
Newtons on the
product.
windshield guy? Yeah. Like, who would you want to be sponsored by that's not car related? Purple Gingies is mine, and I don't drive.
Probably Sig Sauer.
Oh,
that was actually like
that's
that
a
was up
good
here,
one.
but
That'd be sick.
I
That'd
thought
be,
of
that'd be
something
cool.
better.
Or an equivalent like H&K.
another firearm
H&K.
company.
would be dope.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Which it's dope that like Caleb Quanbeck is sponsored
Walter.
by Walter.
Yeah, that's insane. That's awesome.
And he's got like some other ones too, I think.
Maybe.
Or I think he just picked one up.
Yeah.
Mine would be Oakhurst milk.
Oh,
Cocky milk.
Yeah. Yeah, believe it or not, yeah.
that's a good call.
That would be sick.
Yep.
So I'm putting an Oakhurst sticker on your car.
That's fine. Do I get free chalky milk?
I'll buy you one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, see,
That's good
the-
enough for me.
If they're on my car, I'm getting free 6 hours.
You have a lot of stuff on your car you don't get free shit from.
Because I like to support my friends.
I like how the KBD is the only one that's not.
No, look at the Big
mirrored.
Duck Club.
Yeah, I
Big
know,
Duck
it's not-
Club is upside down.
Yeah, I wonder why the Big Duck Club is upside
I
down.
was in a rush. Driver's meeting was happening.
So to
Yeah.
be fair, KBD is upside down too. If you,
I know, Jake.
Yeah.
I know.
All right, who do you
Oh,
want?
it is.
I don't know. Like I think of like my NASCAR stuff, but then I think of like real life stuff. But like for some reason, instantly like Coca-Cola comes to mind.
You mean Nabisco,
Cheez-Its.
Pop Tarts?
Yeah, Kraft.
Yeah.
yeah, probably. Or like Schmuckers.
Ooh,
Schmuckers.
the name
That's
like
a good one.
Schmuckers.
Yeah, do like a uncrustable car. I'd probably
Dope.
rock that.
Yeah.
I want.
Shane already did that.
Yeah, that's already been done. It was like, what was
That's
his
true.
the first livery?
Yeah,
Was the peanut butter and
peanut
jelly?
jelly.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a Canada Dry purple gingy livery
Yes.
so bad. That would have been so sick. I actually made a new school vinyl sticker because I'm really good at trademark infringement. Sticker. Jesus Christ.
Just comes easy to you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
it's just-
I am not original, apparently.
You're obviously, like, for me, your one-word NASCAR ones were sick.
Those are dope.
Those were sick. Short-lived, but
Nope.
You want to know where the limiter is? Trademark.
yeah.
That's where the limit is.
No, we're trademarked now.
Yep.
So I can have these knuckle tattoos.
Yeah, but only
Yeah,
uppercase.
no one can take them away from you.
Yeah, and if they wanted, they're going to have to try.
Yeah.
All right. So how far into this are we, Brian?
1 hour, 30 minutes.
That's
Oh, we
it.
got a half hour to go.
Yeah,
That's
we
it.
got at least an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
I
we
mean,
got to go back to work on my
Can we
cut.
do a Zack
gotta
Snyder
go.
version?
Oh, man, an extended cut?
Can we, like, make it black and white and extend it for 4 hours?
So let's do
Limiter
one.
after dark?
Let's each pick one of these three, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Okay.
No, you go.
You want me to go? All right.
All right. So if you were... No, I'm just kidding. You go.
Oh, me?
Give me the card.
I feel like I got two Jerrys now. Jeez.
Okay. Okay.
I've been good. Okay.
you have.
This is going to be fun. Okay. You have to answer for, you have to pick somebody here and you have to answer for them. Can you share a memorable moment from your early drifting days? So you have to pick either Booby or Bruning and answer.
Jerry has to.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm confused.
So Jerry has to pick one of us to ask the question.
And talk about a memorable moment from your early drifting days.
Like that we had together?
Jerry, what? Give me name a memorable moment. From
I don't
your
have
early
good memories because they don't work.
Name one from your
You have bad
early
memories?
drifting days.
You went to Gridlife.
I did
Gridlife.
that one time.
You're wearing the bracelet.
Yeah, this is from
He's
Lime
still
Rock
there.
last year.
From last year.
Yep.
So is that your favorite drifting
R.I.P..
moment you've had? Is driving a
Yeah,
With
'cause
T-Pain.
I drove with T-Pain and Hurt.
which is sick.
It was amazing.
dope.
It was amazing.
Tell your story about T-Pain at Gridlife.
Yeah, so that's a funny story actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like a year. Obviously, T-Pain's into drifting, which is really cool. And when he like originally bought Pickle Rick, I posted on Facebook that like new life goal tandems with T-Pain, and we were at Gridlife last year, and it started to rain, and we were waiting for I think GLTC to get off the track, which is like their track attack or something like that. We were waiting for them to get off the track because there was an accident. They were clearing the track. So we were in the false grid, and we were just waiting. We're all out of our cars. It's like drizzling rain. And I was like scrolling through Facebook, and the memories popped up. And I clicked on it, and it just so happened that I think it was like 5 years prior to that. Was it 5 years?
I think it was 4 or 5
was
years
it?
to the day.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember exactly how many years, but it was a certain amount of years to the day that I posted that status saying new life goals, tandems with T-Pain.
And we're standing there.
And I'm
he's
on
right there.
grid next to him.
No way.
So I like hopped out of my car and I was like, hey man, like he was just kind of chilling in his car. I was like, I just wanted to show you this real quick. And I like showed him my phone, and he was super chill about it. He like gave me knuckles and was like, that's awesome. And
He was laughing.
stuff like that. Yeah. It was like, I think, yeah, I showed you first.
Yeah.
And he was like, go
Go tell him.
show
like-
Yeah.
that. Yeah. But that was really cool.
That's awesome.
And then I drove with them and you didn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys got to
know.
find the grass together somehow.
We did.
Right?
We found it.
You guys should wrestle.
Oh,
Jerry and T-Pain?
No.
No.
Me and Jerry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Why do I have to
You
wrestle
are
people?
like gung ho for this.
I
You
just
are-
want to.
He just really
You're
wants
like,
to see me
"You guys should
sweat.
wrestle."
Also, fun fact, off subject, real quick. This is the first time Mike's been to my shop because he's a good friend of mine.
Mine too. His first time he's been to my shop too.
I've had my friends from Pennsylvania come up and see my shop before Mike has. And
In
he
my
lives
defense,
30 minutes away.
life has been a little bit busy the last 16 months.
30
sure you've been here.
minutes away.
when it was
No,
green still.
literally the last time I was in this shop, it was
still
still
baseball.
whatever the
we did, like,
oh, down this.
when we did the car show.
yeah, it was
on
like the
lawn.
car show over there,
It was like a year ago.
It was like in the fall.
It's like a year ago.
and I like
Yeah.
had the girls alone.
You know,
Maybe
life.
we should
Jackie
beep
had
his
something
name
on.
instead.
It's not my fault, guys.
So we're going to blur his face for the rest of this.
That's fine, actually.
Pixelated.
All
You're
right.
helping me out.
All right, Michael, same question.
I like quickly. The one that pops into my head is doing the burnouts with Turk and Mike in your shop.
That was cool.
That was sick.
So my birthday. Well, so Jake did the wrap on Turk's car. Was it
The East Coast car.
the front bumper? Like after
It was the,
It was
no,
the
it was
whole
whole
thing.
thing.
The car
It
had
was
been
the-
up
it was,
to-
it was the unveiling of the East Coast car
Yeah.
when I wrapped it.
It was yeah.
And it was on
so
Black Friday.
It was on Black Friday, which was my birthday that year, and chilling at home, and all of a sudden messages start flying around, and the idea of like, hey, Turk's gonna come pick up his car. We should do a burnout in the shop. And I was like, yeah.
Mine was broken.
Went and got my car, drove it right here to Jake's from my shop. It's like a 20-minute drive back roads, and Booby.
Mine was already here because it got wrapped.
No, you trailered it.
Yeah, you had to trailer
Yeah,
out.
that's
I
right.
thought it was already here.
You
you
went to the
trailered.
shop, picked up your car,
that's
put it
right.
in the trailer, brought it
Jackie
here.
was
So we did a sweet burnout video with
It was very last
me, Turk, and Booby, and it was just like it was crazy because of what was happening. But then like it was just funny because I started doing a burnout. I'm not like Mala spoke. Booby's tires had no grip or no treads left to
I
it.
almost hit Leah.
And
The car,
Turk,
like, lurched
Turk does a
forward.
burnout and lurches forward, and then he backs up and then starts doing another one, and like my ears are bleeding because his dump pipe's pointing right at me, and I roll up my window because it was so loud, and the shop's full of smoke. Like his 3 seconds of burnout left more rubber and more smoke than me and Mike just sitting there doing burnouts the whole time, and I left nice little French fries all the way through your old shop.
I think they're still there.
I
They
was
are.
cleaning up tire debris since I moved out.
Which,
Yeah, you were blaming me the whole. I was the closest.
you were
shot
to the
it
wall.
all over
I was the
my
closest
equipment,
to
and that's
all
my
that.
fault. I was like, you know what? This is a great idea.
it was,
cares?
The
Great.
funniest part was that like I could kind of see and hear Turk like do his rolling burnout out of the shop, and I was like, all right, we're done. So I stopped, and all I hear is the
didn't.
Miata. Bah, bah,
I didn't.
Yeah, he like almost
He
booped
kept
the
going
wall.
for. I was like, I can't breathe. I can't see.
I was all the way over to the side, and the door was in the middle, and I worked my way over to the door, and then came to the sun, and then finally
You were like that close to hitting the thing.
Yeah, but you know,
We're gonna have a Mike hit counter.
Burnout.
I was like 17.
if there's
That was like
burnouts,
3.
if there's burnouts available and there's time to do burnouts, I am doing burnouts.
Also, that video I believe is still on the New School Vinyl Instagram. If you want to see it, if not, I'll repost it because
Yeah,
that's pretty sick.
It was good. And we broke your tablet because we taped it to the door.
Yeah, I
Oh,
had
it
a,
fell
Oh,
right
yeah.
at
yeah,
me,
I had a
yeah.
sweet shot of over Turk's pipe, fuck, just shooting flames. It was so sick.
It was good.
What about you?
I thought I already said it with the
The T-Pain thing.
Yep.
Oh, that was your favorite thing?
Yeah.
Well, he said T-Pain.
I said I drove.
Oh
this.
yeah,
He's
that's,
like, "Oh, I drove
yeah,
with
Yeah,
T-Pain.
you were just telling
Yeah.
the story.
Well, I don't know.
So tandeming with your wife wasn't your best moment? All right.
Oh,
so
It was one of the many best moments, but I already mentioned that.
I want them to wrestle,
Yeah.
okay?
It's Jackie and Mike.
Hey, Mike.
You want to watch me get my ass beat?
Kinda. Okay, so awesome. Do you have any superstitions or rituals before you go out on track?
That's so weird. I heard this same question on a different, like, racing podcast thing
Oh, really?
the other day. Yeah.
This is totally self-generated by me. I didn't go anywhere
Really?
else to find these questions.
Good job.
But I also didn't steal it for that podcast. In case anybody knows, ChatGPT helped me out.
I don't. No.
No,
I
nothing.
don't.
You just get it and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that I know.
I barely nut and bolt check my car.
I thought you were going way different.
Yeah.
I barely
shell.
nut my
I
car.
barely nut before I go drifting. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's like things that like I subconsciously do, but like
Yeah.
You're not sitting there like rubbing a rabbit's foot and like,
You have to turn
No,
left 3
because-
times before you go out or something, or
because I like me personally, I feel like I drive more with this than with this.
yeah.
So like the way that my driving style is like more calculated, I want to say. So it's yeah, I mean it might change like when I actually start doing competitions and stuff. But yeah, I don't think I have anything.
When I did sports in school, I had to I had to have red Gatorades at the time, or like when I was done wrestling, I had to have a Snickers after or something. But like drifting, like you don't take it seriously enough to like think
Yeah.
you need a ritual. It's just you're going out wasting money,
Just
having
having
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
I have one.
What is it?
You turn your
Put on my
underwear
limiter
inside
gloves.
You put on limiter gloves?
Oh,
I do.
Nice.
I do.
out. You turn
I
your
would, but
inside out or around.
Not wearing any.
Oh, okay.
Oh, commando.
Stays cooler.
Well, on that note, this was fun. I'm glad you guys came on.
That's it. We're
Thanks
done.
for having us.
Can you just
sorry.
fucking wait
That's
a
it.
second?
We're done.
I thought
That
we
was
had
quick.
another hour and a half
Yeah.
to go.
So, with that being said,
We didn't even leak the group
No,
chat
we
yet.
didn't even. We are not doing that.
do you have any final comments, words, wisdom, just shout outs?
Don't do drugs, kids.
That's a good one.
Yep.
I submitted a question.
Don't get into drifting, kids.
I
Just kidding. Get into drift.
I submitted a question and it was to you. What is your what was I think it was what was your favorite phrase to say to Jerry/Wade?
Oh, no. Why didn't that make it in there? Yeah, it was like,
I actually have it here.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say it?
Don't say what I said.
Well, because I didn't understand exactly what you were saying.
That's
didn't
my-
wanna-
the
I have a new
here.
phone. The
My-
keyboard's bigger.
Yeah.
Are you talking about my favorite thing or Jackie's favorite thing? I said.
How
was-
many
it was essentially the
times?
same.
How many times has Mike told Jerry to?
Blank. Like,
To shut up.
just in general, like, oh, why am I working on your truck again? Or like, Jerry, shut up. Or like, what's a phrase you've always said that like
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
that- Well, that's not really me. That was Jackie.
Jackie's. I know, but
yeah.
that was like kind of
What's Jackie's phrase?
It was Jerry.
You have to say the story though. You can't just.
What are you doing?
Was it Jackie?
That was
it-
that was at least like
Jerry, don't
76
touch the
on the count.
microphone.
Just stop touching things.
Ricky Bobby.
Just
Put your hands
talk.
down.
We can edit.
Can we tell? Can
Are we
going
going to tell that story? Do
Yeah, we can tell
About
that
Sean's
story.
car?
Yeah.
We have
Do
time.
whatever you want.
We have
Alright.
time.
Jackie will,
It wasn't me. It was him.
Jackie will love me telling this story.
Oh,
This is a shit show, and I apologize, guys, but I hope you're having fun. Because
what
we
did you
are.
expect?
This is the last
It's
episode,
fine.
anyways.
Yeah.
Ouch.
We're going out with a bang.
This is not the last episode. This is episode 2. There will be plenty more.
2 is the perfect round
2
number.
is good.
Two-
now.
yeah, two's
I already announced
This
the
is a
next
good
guest.
number.
It's a couple. It's
good
You know what I
on
mean?
Tell the
Yeah.
fucking story.
That's true. He did announce
There's
us
one
the last time.
and then there's 2.
Tell the story.
And then done.
So our friend Sean had a BMW and
Yeah.
it totaled itself.
Spooky
So-
Shredder.
Spooky Shredder.
Yep.
He.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, it was for the new car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there was a perfect amount of circumstances, and there was a car that wasn't getting driven, and we were feeling very generous, and we wanted to see him drive again. So we pulled together and bought him a car, which involved working on said car, which was way more of a task than we thought. We thought it was very turnkey, but it was not.
No.
So
Yeah.
I still have a scar from doing the top of that stupid starter bolt on top of
Really?
the transmission.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Thanks, E36.
Yeah,
best
stupid
car.
fucking.
we
hate
we
BMW.
started on it like after work, and I worked on it for a couple hours after work one day, and then I had to go do some stuff, and then they showed up and proceeded to work on it all night.
Yeah, I think the transmission had to
Yeah.
come out, and
Yeah,
then
the-
we got a new clutch for it, but realized it wasn't the clutch. It was like the
pivot ball
the
or
pivot
something,
ball for the fork and stuff like that.
The
and
clutch wasn't. You push the clutch pedal in, but it was all the way against the floor, and you put it in gear and it'd
stuck
start
in
driving itself.
That's not important.
Anyways, yeah. So basically,
Backstory.
a bunch of us worked on this car until like
3 in the morning.
yeah. So
almost-
we almost 3 o'clock in the morning. We got home
Back to Mass.
back to Mass, which was. Where was it? It was at the ISC.
It was at the
old
ISC shop.
Yeah, so
So
like
it was
an hour
like
and a half.
it was like a little over an hour, yeah. But we had to drive. I drove Jerry home, and what did you say? We were like,
Oh, look, we're gonna be able to watch the sun come up
yeah,
or something like
He's
that.
like on the bright. We're like, oh my god. I'm like nodding
Everyone's
off at the
dead.
wheel.
Everyone's driving. Everyone's like so exhausted. It's Bowie,
yeah, Jackie's
Jackie and me. I'm
exhausted.
in the back seat, just like la 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 la. La.
Yeah.
And it's like because I was always up until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, anyways.
Yeah, you had way too much energy
Yeah.
for what time it was.
And it was super quiet, and I was like, I'm bored.
So
then-
Jerry goes, on the bright side, we'll be able to watch the sunrise in an hour. And Jackie just, blank face, just goes, Jerry, shut the fuck up.
Which nowadays in our group chats, if something happens and Jerry says something sarcastic or something, and one of us just types Jerry, and he responds with no.
Like he knows what's coming. We just go, Jerry? And he goes, no, I won't. Because he just knows what's coming. And that was like the group chat, yeah, with like all the wives and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
the big one.
Yeah.
The one that if the males talked in Delta, the girls couldn't read it.
Yeah, they couldn't read
Oh,
it.
man.
We had a secret code.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Girls can't read in parentheses.
Nope.
Yeah.
And now we know.
Yeah.
Now we
It's,
know.
you know.
it's biological.
Life
Yeah.
hack.
Yep.
All right.
Good advice.
Yeah, you heard that
Solid.
tip here first.
Yep.
So, any shout outs, anything? Any?
Why are you looking at
Well, how about
why are you
this?
looking at me?
Looking around.
How about you guys give out your social media, your Instagram, Facebook, anything like that you want anybody to know
Social.
about?
I don't want
You-
nobody to know nothing.
Okay, so it's
J Rizzo 240.
Jerry's cell phone number is 781
Look for the picture
Nine-
of a guy in a
978.
Deadpool mask.
978.
we'll write Jerry's number up here on the limited
Yeah.
podcast
Yeah.
sign.
Just put it right here.
What's your
JRizzle240 at Instagram.net or whatever it is.
Buy his S13.
In his
Yes.
book.
Buy my coupe so I can do
Yeah, his
stupid things with that other car over there.
What is it?
It's that one. You can look at it. Just right there.
Turn the camera. Turn the camera.
around.
Turn the
Do
camera.
not-
Turn the camera. Do it.
I get yelled at every.
Can we say what color it is?
It's blue. Yeah.
It's blue and gray.
And yeah.
Yeah, it's gray.
Steal it, gray.
Yeah.
Not the Subaru. but
It's a not a pro car.
The
It's not a
Subaru.
pro car.
Michael.
not the WRX.
Mine
What do you
is,
got?
mine is McKizzle16 on Instagram and it's just my name on Facebook and,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mine is at my_little_Zenki. Is there a period at the end?
I think there is.
But you don't even have a Zenki anymore.
It's still technically a Zenki because it's a 96. It's just the front end isn't Zenki.
Do you have any special hobbies that you put up on your Instagram that you like doing on the side? Like a little side business that you'd like to start maybe
Yeah.
moving forward?
There is not a period at the end.
There's not a period at the end.
Yep.
I mean, I do some 3D printing stuff. I do a little RC drifting on the side.
This kid builds,
RC construction company.
RC
we never got
construction
into that.
company.
This
yeah?
dude
The RC stuff?
builds some serious equipment if you're 12 inches tall.
If you want to do a full, if you want to
If you're
build a house,
1/14th scale, I got
if you
you.
want to build a house, have him do all the groundwork.
I have
small
all
house.
the I have a whole
house.
fleet of RC construction.
And we both
stuff.
also have RC drift cars of our real cars.
Which
Yep.
is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Where'd you get those liveries done?
New school vinyl.
And follow here.
That is singular worded.
One word.
One word.
Hey,
Can't say that.
beep that.
That's a cut.
Somebody had to
Brian,
do it.
Brian beep that.
Yeah.
Uno palabra.
But what's funny is, never mind. Can't say
It's
that.
a lot of funny things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love you guys.
Yep.
This
Are we
was
done?
Awesome. See you on
So
episode 3.
wait a minute. Wait a
Well,
minute.
we're not done.
Oh, wait.
We're not
See
done.
you all at
We
drifting.
were
Oh,
We're
done.
not done.
We're not done yet.
We're not done.
Wait, who are you on Instagram?
Are we getting
Okay.
Dairy Queen?
Are there
Instagram.
prizes underneath the couch?
Are we getting Dairy Queen?
You get a car.
Actually, good. I'm sorry. I prematurely stopped this. Marl, you go first. I'll go second.
You're used to
Okay.
being premature.
Well, it's question for you.
Bike week.
Where
Week.
where can we find you, Jake? Where can we find
right there.
Limiter? Where can we find any of that information?
pretty hard.
The
to-
stuff
Yeah,
that
he's-
I mean, we're on the Limiter podcast, which is obviously Limiter Glove Co.
I thought this wasn't a glove.
That was
podcast.
old news.
That was the old one.
Old news.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
carry on.
you
Limiter-
guys
this
know where
This
we
is
are.
new
but
school.
We got some new gloves coming out. We got
New
some
school
cool new
Limitercast.
things happening. I know we said it last time, but it's coming. We're actually going to be pushing out a subscription soon, so stay tuned for that. And
Can you tell us anything about that?
it's going to be awesome.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good things.
There's going to be exclusives. We're still trying to iron out all the details, but when we have it, we'll give it to you.
The most important part about that is it's going to be a subscription.
Am I getting my taco gloves?
So I also, like we mentioned last time,
Anyway.
I guess not.
the guests all get a custom clacker board. So you
You're
guys
a
all get
clacker.
these. It's the episode with Mike, and Beep.
Mike.
Mike,
Mike, and beep.
Oh,
Beep.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah. Mr. Marl, where can we find you? What are you doing?
very nice.
You can find me on Instagram at Riding with Ryan.
I saw you change your name.
I did.
saw that
I
too.
did.
Riding with Ryan.
I was like, who the hell is tagging me? Like,
When I went to send you a message the other day, I typed in Ryan, and nothing came up, and I went RPM, nothing came up, and I Ryan Marl, nothing came up, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then riding with Ryan, I was like, oh, all right.
You didn't even know you were riding along with me.
No, I didn't. No,
Surprise.
forever.
Everyone's riding with Ryan now.
Damn right.
All
So-
of everyone.
Smash that like button.
Was Ryden Ryan like
It
taken?
was taken, yeah.
and
Yeah, that's a different page. That's actually
Ride me, Ryan.
it's my other page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, go follow Brian and buy his. Hi,
Brian.
Buy his prints. We have a very sick print here that I had to have. I don't know any of these people. I don't own any of these cars. I've never seen these cars in person, but I
You
saw
did
the
that?
print, and I was like, I need this picture.
What?
Well, no, he took the picture.
That's what I'm saying, you
And
took
that-
the photo.
That's like one of the sickest photos ever.
Agreed.
That's very nice.
And literally, like I said, I know nobody there. I don't even know where that is.
C6.
there's a red C6. Yeah.
I shouldn't have bought it then.
Oh,
Throw it out.
Is that a fake?
That's
one,
actually
bro?
a 1 of 100 sunburnt orange
I
made
wanna-
in that year.
I want to find whatever website they look up that they find out that their car is one of 400 made on a Thursday that has
BoomerCorvette.com.
Yeah,
I'm convinced that they just make that up.
It's on the New Balance
It's just-
website.
I want to find it because it'd be so funny.
You have
to
to
like-
It
input
links
the,
you to it.
You have to put
Links
the
you to New Balance.
you have to input the VIN and the
Shane
serial
would
number of
know.
your shoes.
Yeah,
Shane doesn't
Shane-
know.
Shane would know.
Shane's not a Corvette owner. He's not a real Corvette
He's
owner.
number one granddad.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
number
yeah.
one granddad.
Retired. What?
Derek.
Whoa.
C7?
Whoa. What?
Who? What?
C7?
So
What?
I like C7s.
Yeah, me too.
They have a real bad stigma around them.
They really don't. It's just
It's one
freaking
person.
I love
But
C7Rs. I love the race cars.
Is this when
Yeah.
Limiter After Dark
So
starts?
I
Is when
see.
we start.
Yeah,
It's actually not
so
a bad idea. Yeah.
We're not
They-
talking
I
about
see
other podcasts.
C7s all the
This could
time
be a
on the
part of
road.
the subscription.
Yeah,
To the
You
podcast.
get this?
We're not having a podcast subscription.
this is gonna be
No,
30
the-
bucks a
the
month,
club
you can-
subscription.
this-
You
this-
get
this is-
After Dark extra footage.
Limiter 24/7.
So, in addition
swear.
to your sweet print, I just like to point out also that Brian does amazing edits. So if you have a business, you want some videography done, you want him to shoot a commercial, or even if you just want him to shoot your car at an event.
Brian, can you zoom in on this? Because the background on my phone is a Brian Marcholitis photo of my car. Remember I messaged you the other day? Yeah.
Mine's my cat. Brian didn't take this picture.
He should do a whole cat shoot.
Yep, he'll shoot
What
your
would
cat.
it cost me for you to take pictures?
Brian
of
looks
all
like
my-
he shoots cats.
Brian.
Whoa, like what kind of shoots?
In a good way.
Big
In a
shoot?
good way.
Yeah, like photo shoots.
Okay, don't shoot
That's
my
a Brian
cats,
Marcholitis photo too, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm trying to find it.
Brian's on my
Also, don't be douchebags and get rid of watermarks on people's pictures.
Yeah, he does that.
Sucks.
So I prefer watermarks because I have a terrible memory.
Yes,
Yes.
I like
agree.
watermarks.
Yes.
Trying to like
I'm
read
going
a photo.
through my phone that pictures that I've bought or pictures that I've stolen off the internet.
Start selling
Yeah.
like Pansioko tutorial.
No, it helps us remember from a year ago who took the
100%.
picture.
Yes, 100%.
100%.
No,
Or-
I'm not gonna do that.
Or like when you
I
go to
have
Vibes,
15,000 photos on my. I'm not gonna go through them all. And
or like when I go to Vibes and I don't know all the media people there, and
Yeah.
then there's a bunch of sick photos, and I can't tag them or don't remember who took the photo, and then
even if it's a ghosted one in the bottom corner,
Yeah.
because some people don't like putting them on their picture.
or I forget, and
see
Brian
it
very
right
graciously says, "This is a Brian
Yeah.
Marcholitis photo," and I'm
Like-
like, "All right, thank you very much."
Like the one I
didn't-
posted
forgot.
the other day, and you tagged yourself.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember.
I'm like,
but
I don't fucking know.
The point is that you want to tag media.
Yes,
Throw
Right.
the watermarks
They're
on
doing
there.
100%.
Do it.
Yeah.
please,
they're there.
yeah.
They're spending their hard-earned money.
Damn
They're
right.
there for free. They're
Yeah.
doing everything for us to make us look better, and they're having fun. But like, we want to be able to like when I post a photo, I want it to be a high-res version because I want to make their stuff look good.
Yeah.
They're making my stuff look good. I want to make their stuff look good.
Support media.
So that's the
Yeah,
driver's
100%.
perspective on watermarks towards
Do it.
You know,
Make-
media.
yeah.
Or
I've
have
seen a
a
lot of
dope-
media people say we don't like putting watermarks on because it ruins the photo, and I get that, but
Especially Jerry. He's so deep into fixing his car all the time. He can't remember
I
who
can't
took the
remember
photos.
anything.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so
Yeah.
Or have like a dope editing style. Like me personally, like I can tell when it's a Brian photo
Yeah.
or when it's like Sean's
Sean's
photos
or-
because
yeah.
they have a certain like editing or
Yes.
even shooting style. Like your
I'm not that
your
detailed to me.
But, like-
frame rate. I don't know.
Yeah, like
car
our-
link
like-
or
like-
No,
camera lingo.
go on. Do describe.
I don't know camera lingo, but I can tell a Brian photo over someone else, and it's easier to tag the you know,
Right.
Brian.
Yeah.
Without a watermark.
Like a
or
Sean,
Sean
like
photo.
Sean's photos. Like
Yeah,
they're all
his
the same
editing
color.
style. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, just yesterday I posted a picture on my Instagram story of like Gridlife, and I like tagged the complete wrong. It's same exact name, but has nothing to do with that photo. And I was like, oops. And then I like deleted it, and then I reposted
Yeah.
it when I figured out who the correct Instagram handle.
I've done that
was,
a few
but-
times.
I try my
go
hardest.
to I go to post a picture like in my stories or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a sick picture, and I'm like, oh,
Instagram needs to let you edit stories without
Yeah.
deleting it.
yeah.
Again, you go into the store, you hit the 3 dots, and you can add a mention. Like it won't show it on the post, but you can like
Oh, that's
add
cool.
a mention. So like
Come on.
But the old one still shows, right?
Come on. Hold on.
For anybody that didn't hear that, you can go to the 3 dots,
3 dots.
do an @ mention, and it won't show, but it will
Notify
highlight
the
that.
person.
Okay.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah,
Add
And that's on
mention.
stories.
Look at that.
On stories.
Yep, that's
Okay,
how
cool.
that's how
Good
we
to
do
know.
our posts.
Add mentions.
Good.
Yeah, that's why when you guys are
So
tagged,
after
but you're
you-
not physically tagged, that's
After
way
you
guys
get
can
yelled
hear.
at by
Well-
Brian for not tagging him, you can hit the 3 dots.
You know what's
So-
funny is I
Three
never
dotted.
get yelled at by Brian because I always tag him like a responsible
Brian
friend.
doesn't yell.
Have you met Brian? He hits me.
He hasn't. He's barely said a
Sometimes
word
you
all
deserve
night.
it.
It's when he says he's disappointed
hear
in
you.
you.
Yeah, he was trying to stalk him. He was like,
Yeah.
Every time I do this, something's rolling around in my head right here.
It's your
That's
brain.
normal.
Like
brain.
not my brain, like in the headset.
Does it sound hollow? Yep.
It sounds like a baby rattle. Maybe it is.
It is your
Yeah,
brain. Definitely your brain.
You know when you like used to go to sleep and you play Call of Duty all night and then you dream of Call of Duty? Maybe it's because of the babies.
Maybe that's
Yeah, the baby rattles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Could be because you drive an S chassis and everything rattles.
Rattles. Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. Cool.
What you,
Cool.
What do you got?
Nothing. This was awesome. Thank you guys very much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Jake, thank you
Thank you.
as always.
Thanks for the
Ryan.
tacos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had tacos before this. So, Devin, what do you want?
Yeah.
He also wants
What's on your
tacos.
rider? Jerry's rider had to have tacos.
I just asked if there was going to be tacos.
You
I
said
didn't
my
say-
rider. You literally said the words, my rider, I need tacos.
I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah.
I,
You did.
I, didn't
I
even get asked
screenshot
what
it.
I don't remember that. See if Shane has a
it
screenshot.
said- I had 3 things on it. It was tacos. I can't remember the second thing.
I
and
don't know.
then,
Tell us. What
See,
was
his
it?
memory is
and then
terrible.
tacos again.
It was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But lastly and most important, Brian, thank you for everything you do. We love you.
Actually, the most important thank you behind Brian is the viewers.
Oh, that's true.
There are a lot of them back
Scratch
there. Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
Brian, you're not as important anymore.
Yeah.
thank you. Limiter thanks you. We all thank you. This is awesome.
Like, comment,
Good point.
subscribe,
Yep.
share your posts and stuff.
Hey, if you're coming to Gridlife, come say hi.
Say hi to him because we won't be there.
No.
This came out
'Cause
after Gridlife, so I guess go
fucking
next year.
Oh shit, yeah,
Karen's-
that's right.
What'd you say?
DOD, go
You
to
said this is coming out
DOD
after Gridlife.
because these
so-
guys are going to DOD.
I'm going to DOD because
That's when
they
you
don't
say,
need
thanks
to
for
be
seeing me at
approved.
Gridlife.
Yeah, if you came to Gridlife and said hi, thanks.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
Good night.
Peace.
Thank you very much. So now we do the 24/7.